Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, no matter where you're listening from. Just as long as you know you're listening to the Hardly Sober Podcast. Yeah, I fucking said it. The Hardly Sober Podcast. The podcast where we give you all the ratchet, informative, that's not a word, informative news that you need to know about, or probably don't need to know about. We're going to tell you about it anyway. Why? Because we got fucking bills and we got nothing better to do. We want to have a little bit of fun with our family and our friends, okay? So, every episode is apparently everybody's first episode. So let me go ahead and reintroduce you to my panel of beautiful and entertaining co-hosts. First of all, the illustrious Gabrielle motherfucking Falconer. Didn't hear you. Try it again. Hello, there we go. And Brianna motherfucking Wiggins in this motherfucker. Let's go.
What's up,
y'all? And last but definitely not least, my dog, my G, Lance motherfucking Lance.
What's happening, man? What's good? I like that intro, man. Keep that, man. Keep
Appreciate
that for me
that,
every time,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? So basically, if you don't know, like I said, if this is your first episode, basically what we do is I break down news stories. I just basically give you the highlight of the week, something you need to know about or something you might not have known about. All I do is just go on Instagram and look at Shade Room and then just tell you the same shit they told you. Gabrielle and Brianna, they do the Love Lab. Any FAQs you want to send in, any relationship type questions or sexual type questions that so we have a panel of two. If you're listening, we have a panel of 2 males, 2 females. If you're watching, obviously you know this. If you just want advice from a male, we're here. If you want advice from a female, we're here. You get a little bit of both. It's a 50-50 split. They have the Love Lab for that. Lance and the streets info. He basically just breaks down everything that's been happening with the celebrities and all the hot shit that's been going out, all the gossip, likened to rumor report or something like that. And well, I guess that's basically just about it. Other than that, we laugh, we have fun, we drink. Gabby can't drink because she's overseas. I'm not gonna say her country because I don't want y'all weirdos out there looking for her, but she is not in the same country as us, which is America, and neither is Brianna Wiggins. So, but she's allowed to drink. So,
but I'm in a beer country, so what's up?
Yeah, the cunt, literally. So, first off, I'd like to start this off by shouting out all the people that have been helping us with getting everything going as far as logo and our intro music. Devin at Dino De Niro, Deno Deniro on Instagram. Dino De Niro he's a wonderful producer. He does music for our later guests. We'll have our guest on later, Spike Cosmo. He's an artist he works with Dino De Niro a lot. He's a producer. He made our intro song. What do you guys know Andrea's Instagram? Her name is Andrea. I know her name is Andrea. I don't know her Instagram.
Andrea's Glitter Creations.
Drea's Glitter Creations.
Yes.
Created our logo that we'll be spinning before you started this episode.
Yes.
And then I also want to give a shout out to one of our biggest fans at the moment, honestly, Joe Tinson. We've known him for a long time. Me, Brianna, and Gabby have known him for a long time growing up and on the military base in Texas. Basically, he's been having a lot of seizures this last month, and he's come close to death a lot of times. He reached out to us and he wanted us to know that he's loving what we're doing. He's a big supporter, and I just wanted to give him a shout out. We're gonna give him some free merch whenever we get our merch brought together. But shout out to him, man. Keep fighting a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, just try to push your way through it. We got you, bro. We're always here for you. And hopefully this shout out does something for your morale or something. You know what I mean? Like, we're here for you, bro. Like, you hit me up, I hit you back up. You sent me that long ass voice message. I listened to it, but you send it to me, and I fuck with you, bro. Like, keep in there, man. Like, we got you. We'll probably try and get you on here one day. Time willing and situational willing. But let's go on to the first news story. So, actually, matter of fact, before I want to do that, I want to say, so for the most part, we've had, what did you say, Gabby? Like 550 views altogether?
Together we have 442 last time I checked.
Views?
Yes.
And only 30 subscribers. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I just want to say it doesn't do a lot for us right now because we're not in the thousands or 100,000s right now. But if you are watching, just go ahead and subscribe. Click the bell to get the notifications. It helps a lot for us, just to be able to because what we're going to start doing is whenever we hit 50 and whenever we hit 100, we're going to give giveaways. to all of our subscribers on YouTube, and then we're also going to throw our followers on Instagram and Facebook in there. But you know, you want to be a part of that just in case, you know what I'm saying, we blow it, we make it big one time, and you got one of our hoodies, our very first drop hoodies, because it's not going to be available, and you're going to be mad because you didn't get the first one, and you know what I'm saying, it's going to be worth a lot of money, but you didn't get it because you didn't subscribe to YouTube. So subscribe to YouTube.
And follow our Instagram and follow our Facebook page.
Yeah. And the first news story of the day is, guess which new disease is out? It's not new, but guess what the CDC finally declared a disease?
Chlamydia part 2.
Non-herpes
Chlamydia the sequel. No. Believe it or not, racism. So the CDC has finally, and I have the article here, has finally described racism as a disease on our community. It definitely affects health. It affects mental well-being. It is a disease. So first of all, in the last month alone, there were 45 mass shootings. Now, not dealt with racism. There's white people that shoot. There's black people that shoot. There's Hispanic and Asians that shoot. But in the last month alone, and this is the 4th month of 2021, there have been 45 mass shootings. Okay. 250 plus cases of police officers killing. 20 of those were white. Guess what race the other percentage was?
Black.
We all know it. We don't even need to say it.
Okay. So serious note. And I get it, because for the longest time listening, or like, you know, saying like being on social media, watching these mass shootings, and or not even the mass shootings, the police shootings, and you know, some of them slip my mind because they happen so much. It's kind of that case to where you get into it, and you know, like you get so much input, not a lot of output going on. A lot of them slip my mind, but for some reason, in this last week alone, and this last month, and this year alone, like I said, we're only in the 4th month. It's been hitting me a lot lately. And I understand that being Black in America is traumatizing and enraging. And I mean, it's rightfully so. We have a right to feel that way. That's the biggest thing about this that I want you guys to take out of it. If you feel mad about everything that's going on, you have the right to feel mad. You should not hold in your feelings. You have to express your feelings, because it's a lot going on. It's very traumatizing. Like my sister, Gabrielle, she told me the other day, she said, I wish I could just lock you in the closet because I just had a baby. She doesn't want me to go out there, get stopped for a speeding ticket and die because of, you know, I wear my do-rag to work. I can have my do-rag on and, you know, just be driving back home and a cop pull me over and not understand, you know, who I am because he's a Black male with a do-rag on and I get shot. I have a baby in the back seat. You never know. You know what I mean? So we definitely have a right to feel that way. It's very traumatizing. It hits a lot on the heart, and especially with DMX being gone, and you know, the teen out in South Carolina, DeAndre, and Devon in Minnesota, and I mean that trend of trauma continues to grow, and basically what it's creating is, and it's been creating this for a long time, a tree of hate, and from that tree there's a noose hanging from the branches, and eventually, not saying us, on this podcast, somebody's gonna have to cut that motherfucker down. That tree itself is a disease. And if you don't want to believe me when I say it, like I said, the CDC on April 12th, 2021, they released an article basically stating why racism is a disease on our culture, on our community. And it reads like this from CDC.gov. Racism is consisting of structures, policies, practices, and norms that assigns values and determines opportunity based on the way people look or the color of their skin. This results in conditions that unfairly advantage some and disadvantage others throughout society. A growing body of research shows that centuries of racism in this country have had a profound and negative impact on communities of color. The impact is pervasive and deeply embedded in our society. We know that, we're Black. Affecting where one lives, Reaganomics, learns, works, worships Jim Crow, and plays, and creating inequities in access to a range of social and economic benefits. So I bet you're still wondering, you know, well, that doesn't count as a disease, but it really does, because if you read on, such as housing, education, wealth, and employment, these conditions, often referred to as social determinants of health, are key drivers of health inequities within communities of color. placing those with these populations at greater risk of poor health outcomes. And it's been well documented throughout the centuries that African American, Hispanic, and sometimes Asian, they get less health care. Mothers giving birth, the percentage of Black mothers giving birth dying after birth is like exponentially higher than white mothers giving birth. So let's see, it goes on to say racism, both interpersonal and structural, negatively affects the mental and physical health of millions of people, preventing them from attaining their highest levels of health and consequently affecting the health of our nation. And I know you might be thinking you're coming from a place of bias, Bryant, you're Black, but however, this is the CDC and a white woman wrote this. So if you don't believe me, go to cdc.gov, look at, type racism into the search bar. It's super easy and you'll read the full article. Like it literally breaks down why racism affects us in a negative, like in a physical way. It's not just a mental aspect anymore. And past that, I mean, Lizzo recently, past that article, I want everybody to take and learn from that. Lizzo recently gave a public outing speech to say that putting Black Lives Matter and posting your little black square in your Instagram, it doesn't help it. Okay. So what she wants and what I want, and I'm pretty sure what we all want to do, is for us to go out and what she said, were like, quote unquote, go out and do your best to at least stop one racial interaction per day. Go out and stop at least one racial. That doesn't make sense. I probably copied that wrong. Basically, go out.
We get what you're saying.
If you see something like, somebody commenting that word under somebody's picture, or just not too long ago, I saw the video yesterday. I don't know how long ago it happened in LA. They put out a vigil for Dante Wright, and a group of, it looked like there was a couple of Hispanics in there, but the people that without mask on were white. They were blowing out his candles. They were snatching the roses off his vigil, and they were taking off the signs that said "Rest in Peace" and all that shit. So if you see something like that, I mean, that young lady recorded it. It sounded like a young lady, so I'm pretty sure there's not much she could do against like 6 or 7 people. But if you see something like that, help out, help identify those people, bring them to justice. I mean, snitching ain't snitching when you being a bitch, to be honest with you. If somebody killed your mama and somebody like pissed on her gravestone, you would snitch, wouldn't you? All right, then.
Point blank, period.
You're gonna be fucked up, man. Anyway.
Yeah. And that's the only news story I have for you today, unfortunately, because like I said, I've been going through these trying times, and I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's hitting me harder than usual. I don't know why now, but I don't know, man.
Because you got the real responsibility in life.
Yeah, probably now. Yeah, probably.
I
Honestly.
mean, and to your point, yeah, like you say, like, and it's crazy because I don't know if you're done to cut you off, but like you said, we got to cut a branch, right? We got to go and cut the branch, but it seems like all the branches underneath have to be cut too, right? Because if you cut one, then guess what? The next one will go up there and hang it on the next one. So you got to cut them all the way up until it's the last one. But that's not solo. That's a group effort. But it is sad, man, because racism is one of those things where it's not, you're not born racist, man. You're not. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's no way that happens, man. You're taught most of those things. And it's sad that people in 2021 raise their children to be this way. You know what I mean? I've lived in a lot of different places. I've met a lot of different people. I have a lot of respect for most people, but this is one of them things where I just can't get with. And like you said, it is a sensitive topic, us being of color, all of us, you know what I mean? And
or even worse, biracial shit.
You know what I mean? Because
it's hard.
You get the shit in. You get the shit
in
on both sides.
On that next.
Because you and I mean, you have a I'm not gonna call out what branch of the family it is. You had a very racist family member, correct?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, just my, on one side of my family, that is what, they knew. That's what they were taught. You know what I mean? And, them growing up where they grew up, it was an ongoing problem. I have family members that started, racial riots in their high school and, stuff like that. So it's just weird for me because I connect to it literally through blood. You know what I mean? So I see it going on like him, how many other people are like that? Because I didn't find that out until I was older. You know what I mean? So this whole time as a kid, I'm thinking, yeah, like my, you know, but no, that's not really the case. So it's heartbreaking in a way because I stand up for that. But all I can do is keep pushing forward. Like I said, hopefully on that side of the family, it ended there with us, you know, me and the rest of my, you know, my siblings. So, but yeah, it could be hectic being on both sides because you feel like you can never connect solely on each side, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not black enough. Oh, but guess what? You're not white. So it's
and
like,
that's what I
the hell?
like, exactly.
You can't win for losing. Like it doesn't make any sense. So that's the part for me that frustrates me the most, is because like you'll for the most part, you got somebody that's always gonna be like, hey, he's black, but he's not black enough. He don't need to be doing all that, or whatever the case may be. So,
and I want to get I want to get into that too, but everybody go into their panel.
I definitely feel that because that's why to me it's not about, you know, I'm not woke. I definitely educate myself because at the end of the day I do have a black son. His father is black. I'm half black, so technically my son is black. Does he look black? Absolutely not. He's the same skin color as I am. But if we go by genetics and what his genes are, or whatever we want to call it, he is 75% black, 25% white. And I can agree with Lance because my entire life coming up, it was, you will never understand what it's like to be white because you don't have that white skin. And you will never understand what it's like to be a black woman or in the black community because you don't look black. Like everyone to this day still thinks I'm Hispanic and I'm not. Like when I take my wigs and shit off, oh, it's real out here, okay? She got her dad's hair. But as far as like the whole situation with the CDC, it's definitely contradictory because to me, I feel like you can't label something as a disease. Racism to me is not a disease. Like Lance explained, it's self-taught. You're not born with that shit. It's not in your genes. It's the way you choose to pick up and raise your kids. And for the way I was raised, I'm in the same predicament as Lance. My grandfather and my grandmother are both white. My grandmother's from Germany, so I don't have any racial experience with that part, but my grandfather is from Northern Pennsylvania, and I went to school and I was raised in that part of Northern Pennsylvania where it's 250 people in a town and none of them like black people. There's
no, hold on. They're not saying it's a disease. They're not saying that people that are racist have this disease. They're saying it's a disease on people you're being racist to. They're saying basically if like racism is affecting us as minorities as a disease.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're not saying racism is something you catch and you're just automatically racist. They're saying you putting that shit out into the world is affecting us health-wise, mental-wise, as the same way like a virus would. Yeah. They're saying racism is a virus that you spew out. They're not saying you catch it and you're racist. They're saying you give it to other people.
What are they going to do about it? Because for over 400
you don't have a
years,
vaccine
it's
for
the same
racism
thing.
yet.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's still contradictory because now in 2021, you want to label it as people that have the effects of racism. And as somebody who has been called the N-word, even though I don't look black in that small town of Pennsylvania, like what are you going to do to change it?
Well, and that's the thing. We don't look black to black people. We look black to everybody else in this motherfucker. Like my entire life coming up, when I went to East St. Louis Lincoln Middle School, everybody called me Mexican nonstop every single day. It was an all black school. Everybody else in the world, they called me nigga. Well, not everybody, but they knew for a fact I was black. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, Brie. Go ahead.
Yeah, it sucks in the whole situation, and I definitely want to give my condolences to every family that's been affected this year by any type of mass shooting or murder. Between the Asian community, the brown community, the black community, even the white community. Because at the end of the day, I love my race. There's never a time where you're going to tell me I think I have the best of both worlds. I can talk to the white side of my family. And for me, it's about communication. You need to sit down and you need to understand where I'm coming from. And I can talk to my black friends and they'll still hear me out. Now, the trouble that I have is with talking to pro-blacks and, Black Lives Matters supporters. And they're like, Brianna, you don't know what you're talking about. You'll never be black enough to understand what we go through. Well, actually, I don't. And I won't even sit there and say I don't, because at the end of the day, between me and you, you're going to be racially profiled before I am. Yeah. They might try to green card my ass or talk about some where's my papers. And it's not to be funny, but that's just the reality. All of us look Hispanic, and people at the end of the day are going to be like, you're Hispanic, and I'm not. My dad is black. My mom is white. We just happen to look a certain race and we're not. And it irritates me because I love the Black side of my culture. There's nothing I connect more with the Black side of my culture than I do the white side of my culture, because I don't really have much to relate to the white side of my culture. Like, if I'm being honest, and it's nothing against white people, but I really don't. Like, I love my mom. My mom is very understanding when it comes to having Black children. She wasn't somebody who tried to label herself as wanting the mixed babies and just having the look of having Black kids. She supports everything that goes on in the world. And I want, the African-American side of the world to understand you're not alone in your fight. I get it. Black Lives Matter. I'm not taking that away from anything. I don't support All Lives Matter. Because at the end of the day, it's not about all lives right now. It's about Black lives, and it's about brown lives, and it's about Asian lives.
Yeah, not
if
just
you can't
that,
identify
but
that problem, then all lives do not matter.
Exactly.
That is my point.
Yeah, because all lives matter, and this is the problem I have with all lives.
What problems do Caucasians face?
Well, females.
So technically, it's not
females.
all lives. It's
Caucasian females.
It's more so of the ethnic side. It's not really Caucasians that face these issues. It's Latinos, Oriental, Blacks. Those are the people of color are the ones who face the issues right now.
Poor white has a culture too. So basically, if say I go into an interview with Waves, and just somebody goes in or with a mullet, some white guy goes in with a mullet, and some white guy goes in with that little fancy ass comb over that everybody's wearing nowadays. I mean, white people do also face issues based off their culture, because to him, that's his culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wears that mullet like they proudly, honestly, like the same way I wear my waves. You know what I mean? Or wear my do-rag to work.
If the white guy goes in with a mullet and a Black guy goes in named Jerome or Devontae, who do you think is going to get the job?
No, yeah, I understand. Yeah, we definitely have.
So to me, it's not being prejudiced or looking at it one-sided or trying.
Half white.
That's what I'm saying. I understand both sides of the spectrum, but I connect more with the Black side. I grew up in the hood. My mom didn't have money. We lived in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't living a privileged white life like everyone thinks.
We definitely wasn't.
You see what I'm saying? So
we definitely weren't.
I didn't see suburbia until my mom got out of the military and got some money.
Yeah.
So to me, I connect with the Black side of my life because that's all I've known growing up. So to me, it hurts knowing that I'm not accepted even in that side of the culture because I was never Black enough. But that's all I've known since I was little.
This is a double-edged sword. All your white family are going to tell you you're Black. All your Black family are going to tell you
you're white. And I have racist white people like Lance in my family. Like all the people that live in Pennsylvania, they hang Confederate flags. They call my mom the N lover word. My great grandfather disowned my grandmother and said he would never respect her because she married or has sex with Black men. Like it's a very common thing, but I'm so thankful that my mom broke that cycle. And I'm so thankful that even though that's the environment that my grandfather grew around, he doesn't see it as the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's like, I love my grandchildren no matter what color they are. I love my grandchildren no matter what their sexual orientation is. So I definitely think it is something learned. And I don't know, it scares me to know that my son has to grow up in a world like that and that there might not really be much I can do to protect him except for prepare him. But it's even sad that people of color have to prepare their kids to go out in the world today for traffic stops, for how to walk,
more than 250 police shootings in 2021 alone.
Yeah, it's definitely
and
scary.
Only 20 of those were white
people. How you feeling, Gabby? What you think?
I mean, I agree 1,000% with Bree, and it all boils down to you don't know what somebody's been through, what they go through, what they've got going on, or what they've ever been through. We at one point had that in our family also. My grandmother was the same way when my mom first got with my dad. Didn't like us at all. And so to see where she is now, married to a Black man or whatever that situation is, it's just kind of like, like you said, it is something that is learned and it's something that needs to be unlearned.
Mm-hmm.
Now
it's possible.
Now rather than later, because it is a disease in the way that Bryant put it, like the CDC said, like it's the effects that it has on us is to the point to where most of us are like, why even try? I know I'm not going to get it. I know I'm never going to be there, but it's like, you don't know how successful you are, how much you have it in you, how far you can take it. Stop letting these people who refuse to see what you have in you take it from you before you even get a chance to get started. Break those barriers now. Put that foot on the ground, take that step and leap forward. Because at the end of the day, all you need is faith.
That's true.
Definitely. I can definitely agree with that.
And
it's crazy though.
Uh,
It's crazy though living in Europe, because when you move overseas, I'm almost scared to go home. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm honestly terrified to go home because I'm not saying that racism doesn't like exist here, but it's not so open. They don't have mass shootings. They don't have police killings of innocent people. Like, if they have a police killing, it's maybe 1 or 2 a year in Europe. Literally in Germany, I think last year they had one police shooting that involved.
There's one happening right now as we're doing this. Right now, there's one happening right now. In
Really?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
I'm dead
terrified.
ass. Yeah.
I know so many people here that don't even want to leave. I know so many people that have gotten out of the military and have chose to gain citizenship in Europe because they don't want to go home. And majority
like the great
of them
Uncle Charlemagne say, America, Amerika. And also, before you continue, I apologize. This is a good segue. So they recently came out with a book, Killer Mike, Charlemagne the God. One of the ladies that's heading the Black Lives Matter movement, they came out with a book. It's called We've Got Answers. If you're white or if you're black and you don't really know how to describe or basically culturalize a person to black life, like for instance, the reason that we can say nigga and we probably shouldn't, but they can't. They've got answers for that. It's a book. It's on Audible. If you don't like reading, they'll read it to you. Or if you do like reading, it's a book. It's called We've Got Answers. It basically breaks down. It's a hive mind of like great black, just like intellect. And they basically break down all the answers that all these people have had. There's a white guy that worked on the book. He crowdsourced a lot of questions for it, and they answered them all in the most 2021 PC way. I mean, it's not always PC. So if you're trigger heavy, you know what I'm saying? Like if you get triggered easily, don't read it. But basically they answer questions like that. Sorry. For anybody, just putting Black Lives Matter in your bio on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook and posting that black square for that Blackout Tuesday we had not too long ago, that's not you doing your part. Doing your part is saying, hey, don't call him a nigga or nigger. Don't call him a nigger. You know what I'm saying? Or like seeing stuff like if somebody in that, at least one person in the neighborhood would have stopped that army sergeant from pushing DeAndre or fucking with him, that's doing your part. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure if we had like the app or we had like something to go and check everybody in that neighborhood's Facebook, I'm pretty sure a lot of those people that was around him when he was getting fucked with had Black Lives Matter in their bio. Or had posted that square for Tuesday, but they was all sitting around watching. Did anybody at one point in time even try to step in and say, hey, let that kid go home? Right. Stop fucking with that kid.
Even the girl recording.
So that's what she's talking about. She's talking about, hey, jump, do something, goddammit. White people, use your white privilege because you have it, even if you don't know you have it. Use that to help us succeed or at least move forward. Because again, in reference to the first episode, we were talking about how fast the LGBTQ LMNOP movement has been going forward so fucking fast. Yeah. Like the change of they've made since the time that they made it a movement is crazy. Whereas African American people, we've been slaves for even past 400 years. If you go back into like even in our own continent, even in our own country, if you go past that, like we've been slaves for so long and we're still trying to trying to get our fight, trying to get our name up there, trying to, get our rights. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
and it's sad crazy. Too, because 2019, they just passed a law for African Americans to be able to wear their natural hair in a business setting. Like, why isn't that
crazy? We still got wrestling coaches cutting off dreads, man.
Yeah. But even then, you see what I'm saying? 2019, but slavery was abolished how long? And we had to fight for our hair to be in a natural state without being pressed or looking European or Caucasian. 2019, like that's
even ridiculous. When it was abolished, they still had them people running up and taking your ass back to the South. We all seen 12 Years a Slave. It was like, damn, you played the violin good, boy. You want to come on road with us? Yeah. That nigga was a slave the next morning.
Yeah, I think
based off a true story.
Yeah, I think my grandfather told me, because he's really big into history, I think Mississippi or Alabama was the last state officially to abolish slavery. And I think that was in the 80s or the 70s. Don't quote me. I have
That's
to do my
crazy.
research.
No, I think
But-
I know what you're talking about. It was
Yeah.
recent enough for our grandparents to be alive.
Yes. And he was like, I was alive for the last bit, like the last official state to abolish slavery, because they refused, even though it was law, they refused to abolish slavery. So I think it was like the 80s, the 70s. I know it was past the 60s. I know it was past the segregation movement. I think it was officially like 85 or 80 that Mississippi or Alabama, it was one of those two, abolished slavery for them.
I would, even if you didn't have anything, and I'm pretty sure you'll find something to back it. If you didn't, and you asked me what state do you think would be the last one to abolish slavery, I'd say Alabama. So I'm pretty sure you're right.
It was definitely.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Even
was
driving through those states, when I drove through those states coming back from South Carolina, like I made sure, I even told my brother, I said, at the border, we're going to fill up. I refuse to stop, like, because he had a good enough fuel efficient car. I was like, we are not stopping in this state regardless.
I've done that
I don't
plenty
know,
of times.
not to be off topic, but I don't know if y'all remember the situation where the African-American male, he was married to a white woman, they had 3 daughters, but he stopped to get gas in like Mississippi or Alabama. He was kidnapped and then later found him in a field with like his ear cut off and like all kinds of just crazy shit. I don't know if y'all remember that story. It was like 2013, 2014.
How can they rule out foul play when one autopsy says that Alfred Wright's throat had been cut and an ear was missing? Why was he undressed when he was found? Those and other questions are casting doubt on the official version. So is the fact that Alfred Wright was a young African-American in a part of Texas with a history of racial tension and one of America's most horrific recent hate crimes.
But he made a pit stop to get gas in one of those racist-ass states, and a bunch of men pulled up. They think the gas station clerk had something to do with it because it was a female working by herself. And of course, you know, Emmett Till type situation. Yeah. They think she made a call, and a bunch of men pulled up, dragged him out to a field, and just started dismembering different body parts. And it took them like a month to find him. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but if I can find it, I would definitely put it on our social media page so you guys can grasp the situation. But yeah, I will not stop in any of those states at all. Like, I will make sure
it's not off topic, because if you think about it, I mean, white people again. I'm half white, so think about it. Whenever, and this to our white listeners, whenever you stop at a gas station late night or anytime during the day in a rural country and you get gas, are you scared? If your answer is no, because it probably is no, then you know you have white privilege. White privilege is a thing that exists. For me, whenever I stop and get gas, and this is just me driving from St. Louis back to Killeen, Texas, in them stretches where it's like last stop for 15, 20 miles, I'm like, fuck, man, can I push this motherfucker? Like, I have to second guess myself.
Hey, so Bree, to your point about it was Mississippi. Just listen to this. And this is crazy because I didn't know this, so I appreciate you for bringing this up. Mm-hmm. So in 1865, that was when they went to like 3/4 of the states at the time ratified the 13th Amendment. That was in 1865. In 1994, a legislator in Texas was looking through some documents and realized, and this was in 1994, 130 years later, that Mississippi never sent in the paperwork and it never got ratified. So then it took another 20 years. It took another, a year later, they
14?
voted on it in 1995, voted it, unanimously passed it, and still didn't send the paperwork in until like 2000 and what?
14?
Like 20 years later, it was in 2012, 2 Mississippi residents discovered they still had not yet made it official and notified the Secretary of State. Several weeks later, the required paperwork was finally filed. That was February 7th of 2013.
That's wild.
And that's why I appreciate my grandfather so much, being a white male.
That's
the one
crazy.
thing about him is he was, Brianna, hit the history books, because your school books are never going to teach you what you need to know about your history. Yep. He was like, your history is different from my history. So he's like, I'm going to teach you. And my grandfather, Gettysburg, he would take us all different. And even in Gettysburg, it was, mainly white men that fought. But he was like, no, we're going to skip that part. He's like, let's go to the part where the African Americans fought. Let's go visit their graves. Let me teach you about what they did. Like, my grandfather
probably got their ass beat. Can you imagine going to war for your country during the Civil War? And in your mind, you're fighting. You're like, hey, I got a family that's still in slavery. I'm gonna fight for my family. Y'all go through that war. Slavery is abolished. And then you come back and people are like, fucking nigger, spit on your toes, spit in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man.
But back to your point, B, before like anything else, and I will never forget. I think Gabby, I talked to you about this story the other day. I was traveling in 2018 back home to Texas for the summer, and I will never forget the place, the county, anything. It's Washington County in Kentucky. I don't know if y'all, Lance, you've been to Kentucky.
Hey, hey, if you know me, you know we know Washington County. We know what's going down up there. We know
Washington County and Kentucky. I had to stop there and I had to get gas. Like, I have an SUV, so my car was practically ticking on E. And as soon as I pulled up to the nearest gas station to get gas, as a person of color, you just know. You literally just know by the way you're being stared at. You know the dirty looks. And I looked at my grandmother, who is white, and I said, Grandma, my grandmother is 70 years old, 74 years old now, but at the time she was 71. Never in my life would I disrespect my grandparents and make them get out and pump my gas. Never. I'm 23 at the time. I would get out and pump my own fucking gas. I did the whole fucking trip. But then and there, I said, Grandma, I need you to get out. I need you to pump my gas, and I need you to take my card, and I need you to go pay. I said, because if you don't, I have a gut feeling something bad is really going to happen. I said, I need you to get out. And she's like, what are you talking about? Nothing's going to happen. I said, Grandma, the way these people are looking at me right now, you need to get out and you need to pump my gas so we can get the fuck up out of here. She pumped my gas. She went inside and paid. I locked my doors. I had my head down the entire time. I did not want to look at nobody. And I immediately sped the fuck up out of there. I don't know what y'all got going on in Washington County, if y'all are from there, but I will never.
It ain't Washington County, man. It's
Kentucky. Like that, man.
Kentucky,
this is 3 years later, and I will never. Mind you, I'm coming from Pennsylvania to Texas. This is one of the 6 stops that I've had to make. I will never in 3 years forget that place because I was so traumatized by the way they looked at me. They just looked like they wanted to drag me out. I had my son in the car. I had a bunch of stuff on top that I was bringing down as gifts to my nieces and nephews. Like, I literally begged my grandma. I was to the point where I was going to cry. I was like, please get out and pump my gas. Because if I get out, something is going to happen to us. Like, I know for a fact, the way these men and women are looking at me, I'm not welcomed here. They're probably not even going to sell me the fucking gas. So I need you to get out, and I need you to pump. And
that's why I say it's traumatizing, because it really is.
Do
y'all remember
white privilege? You definitely, like B said, stand up
use
and
it to help.
Your voice.
Yeah.
Use your voice for sure, because it's definitely real out here. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's not just a label where we want to use as an excuse to gain attention. Like, racism is definitely real, and whether or not you've seen it or not, like, these stories are not being made up. I have no reason to lie about being scared. Getting out at a gas station. I do it all the fucking time. But there are certain stops that I won't make, like West Virginia. I don't give a fuck how much gas I'm on. Bitch, somebody get out, push to my car. I would not stop in West Virginia, like one of the most racist states I have ever been to. Mm-hmm. No, but Washington County, Kentucky, maybe I need to do my research, or maybe Lance, you can call me later and let me know. But
look, you know what you need to know. That feeling that you felt when you got there. Anybody that knows you, like I said, you hit 31 dub from Hardin County on out of Muldrow. From then on, don't stop nowhere till you hit the Ville, man. And even where after that, do not stop, man. Fill up before you leave the city. Everywhere you go in Kentucky, because that's how it is. I didn't
know that, but now I do.
We should start a green book for like niggas on the internet. Like, if you know the safe places to stop, comment that shit down below or something, man. Because that would help a lot. Or just post it on whatever you got, man. Let other people know, because you never know where somebody's traveling or whatever.
You know what?
We should. But we would have to pay old dude. That movie that Mahershala Ali made, the one that made the Green Book, like, that was technically his idea. You know what I mean? Because
we know a couple engineers. Why don't we make an app?
We could get old dude. You know who I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we all put our heads together and come up with an app? Not even being those type of people of like trying to pinpoint, but like knowing the places that we've stopped, because I know for a fact Washington County is not gonna be on that bitch. That whatever that was, an Exxon, a Chevron, whatever the fuck it was.
And that was
Washington County,
or even like stretches of highway where like people have getting pulled over. We're gonna put them bitches off there on top. Like, wherever somebody got shot by a police officer, we putting them bitches as red zones as soon as we make the app. Them gonna be red zones. Literally.
It'll be like
it's definitely a sad situation. I feel like we definitely have we have so long to go. I don't think it's something that's gonna end no time soon.
Do y'all remember the first time y'all was called a nigger?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. Let's go. Start with Gabby.
That's crazy. With the hard R too.
With a hard and you know what's funny? It wasn't okay. So this was back in Pennsylvania. My grandparents are from a town called Alexandria, Pennsylvania. The population is like 253 people. It was a foreign exchange student named Vladimir. He was from Russia. Now, whether this motherfucker was dumb or he just didn't understand, but then again, I heard a lot of Russians. No offense to anybody that's Russian, but I do hear a lot of Russians are very racist and they have a particular outview of African Americans. But me, my sister, and my brother were 3 of 5. 3 of 5 in the entire fucking school of Black kids. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can read the chat.
Oh, sorry. 3 of 5 of Black kids. And me and my sister sat down to lunch and he literally sat his tray in front of us and didn't even get a chance to sit down. And he was like, "What's up?" Like, I'm not even gonna say the word because I don't want it to get demonetized or somebody to feel offensive. But he literally sat down with a hard fucking R.
He just didn't.
And
know.
immediately, if you know my sister, and you know me behind my sister, dropped our tray, stood up, and the teachers didn't even have to know what was going on. Immediately snatched this scrawny ass little Russian boy up and was like, "We're so sorry. We're so sorry. We're so sorry." And they called my grandpa. My grandpa was like, "What did you think was gonna happen? Did you think they were gonna take it?" Like my grandparents, my grandkids know that, you know, if somebody pushes them, they're gonna fucking fight. So, and to this day, never had an issue. But that was my first time ever, like 7th grade in Alexandria, Pennsylvania, being called the N-word.
Gabby?
Crazy.
And I think, like, before I touch on mine, I think that's, and I don't want to say issue because it's not the issue, but I think that's the situation that we're running into now is that we're not our grandparents by any means necessary. We're not our ancestors. We're not our great grandparents. That's not it. We're tired. We are absolutely sick and tired of it. And we are going to do something about it. We're going to do our best to do it the right way until you continue to poke and prod. And what happens when you poke and prod a bear? Eventually that motherfucker is going to snap back. But my very first racial experience, I would have to say it was in this town in Tennessee, La Follette, Tennessee. I had went on vacation with a friend of mine and her family, and they were like, "Oh, you know, we'll go swimming, whatever, blah, yeah." And they talked about the White Bridge, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good," because they had informed me that there was like this town.
The
like,
White Bridge?
Right, the White Bridge.
That shit sounds scary as hell.
Immediate red flag.
Immediately, but I was like, "No, you know, I'm good. Like, Barack is our president. Like, you know, shit ain't gonna happen. We got this." Like me being an ignorant little high school kid. And they were like, you know, just a forewarning, you know, this town there's no Black people in this town. Like there's a small town right outside of it. That's where all the Black people are. And I was like, I'm good. I got this. Like, whatever. We went into Walmart and I couldn't even step 2 steps in. Like the air from that little thing above the door beat me in the door.
Yeah.
I could. And everybody was just like,
Yep.
and we were walking down some aisle and somebody was like, "Just look at that." And that R was
wow.
That R was so hard, it damn near smacked me in the chest. And my friend's mom, who was white, she turned around and she was like, "Why don't you take a fucking picture? It'll last longer." And I was just like, "Can we get out of here? Like, that's gonna make it worse. Like, I'm good. I understand now. I got what you putting down. Like, I don't even need to be here. Like, I can just go back to the house."
Were you scared?
I was fucking terrified. I'm not even gonna lie, because when I tell you I was on her hip, every step that she took, I might as well have been on her feet, because in my mind, I was like, the second I even fall, like a half a second behind her, what is gonna happen if somebody snatches me up? My mom's not here. My mom's deployed.
Fresh meat.
Like,
Lance.
Shoot, I was probably, man, I was young, man. I was in Illinois, where my mom's from. She was on a deployment somewhere, and I did a year of school there. It was a summer or weekend, something. I was riding a bike with a friend of mine. It was a right friend. In the town that my mom grew up in, I went to school, and me and maybe 2 other Black people, maybe, you know what I mean? So we're just chilling, man. We're riding bikes or whatever. And bro, we're just riding on the sidewalk, and a truck comes by. He kind of slows down a little bit, looks, immediate, just hard art out the window, and then just pulled off. And I'm like, what the fuck? So like, I have a friend with me. He's pissed. I'm pissed. I'm like, I'm about to chase him down on my bike. I'm not like 6 or 7, but like, that was the first time I had ever, like, I remember, like, he just really called me that openly.
Yeah.
Like, he just was like, oh, and then, you know what I mean? Like, it was that open. And that's when I knew from then on, like, man, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I try to,
mad?
you know what I mean? Like, I'm mad, I'm disappointed, and it's just like, damn, bro, because fast forward 20 years later, I could walk out my crib right now and that same thing could still happen. You know what I mean? Like, there's no consequences of that. It's as bad as it was 70 years ago as it is now. The same things that were happening 70 years ago are happening modernized today.
Me personally, I thought my name was nigga until I was like 5 years old, and I had to spell my shit, and I got in trouble for spelling my shit because everybody in my family was like, there you go, that nigga right there. Hey, nigga, come here. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, it's a cultural thing, man. We gained that. If I call you, I mean, anything to your face, like say, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know a parallel in the Caucasian sense for this word because I don't think there is one. So to me, honestly, I mean, the first time I was ever called the hard R one was, and the crazy thing about it is I was doing the exact same thing. We was riding our bikes to that park in Mount Vernon, Illinois, crazy enough. So you remember the park that used to be all the way up the street? We thought it was just up the street to us because we was young, but it was a little hike, you know what I'm saying? So my shit's dead. So we were riding to the park and some dude in like a red, I just remember it was a red, I think it was a Cadillac. On a drive-by note, he rolled down the window, he was like, fucking nigger, and then rode off. And I was like, huh? The rest of that day, I was mad as hell.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know why I was mad as hell, but that just ruined my entire.
You're helpless. Like, you're helpless in that sense. Like, yeah, I'm gonna chase him down on my bike, whatever. Like, whatever. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about protecting yourselves? As far as like, I come from a family who's very big on guns and carrying and license. So my whole life I've been taught to shoot. So how do you like? Where do you guys stand with that as far as putting yourself? I know a lot of states don't allow it. Like I lived in New York. It's not really a big thing to. Well, I know you guys live in Texas, but like in New York,
run up over
you
here in
can't have
Texas if you
a
want
concealed
to.
weapon on you. So where do you guys stand with that? Like, do you guys feel like having a weapon in your home is something that isn't necessary? Like
today's
actions take. Yeah,
it has to, because the thing about it is everybody else got them. Like it's not even a matter of like if you believe in that. Like in any given moment, the way that it is now, anybody can come in your house with guns, rob you, kill you, whatever. So like the idea of not having one is absolutely terrifying to me. And I don't have kids. I would most definitely rather have one. I got 2 nieces and stuff like, even the thought of that is like, I feel like it's almost mandatory. You know what I mean? So.
No, for real. Because as soon as Alana was born, I was like, I got to get a gun. And it wasn't even just to like be like that father, like my daughter can't have a boyfriend type shit. Like, no, like I gotta stay alive to see her grow up. Because like we just discussed, it is, I mean, as much as we just want to say and like, like give the credit to social media, like it might not be that bad out here. It's really that fucking bad out here. 2, I mean, if anything, happens to her, I want to at least know how to shoot my shit. Cause like we had talked about in the pre-show. I only ever shot a shotgun. I don't know how to shoot. I want her to know how to shoot because she might be in a situation where she might have to shoot her way out that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Admittedly at 18, 19, 20, 22, but like I want her to be able to have that, situational awareness, because with me growing up, so I mean, a little bit of backstory. My mom was a single mom until she met our stepdad, and then my dad was a single dad until he met his now wife. So me bouncing in between both those parents, I kind of eventually came to learn how to, raise myself. So what my biggest thing is, and what I wanted to impose on Alana is, you want to be able to be self-sufficient as hell, because I learn how to cook, I learn how to fix a car, I learn how to do all the shit that I need to do. That way, if I need somebody or I meet somebody, I want to love them for them, not what they can do for me. Because me myself, I can do everything I need to do by myself. You know what I mean? So if I can't, say, for instance, teach my daughter how to shoot a gun, because niggas have guns out here. Like I said, 250 plus, or what was the mass shooting one? 45 mass shootings in April alone. God, if somebody roll up to a Walmart and it's literally grocery stores, schools, she's not gonna have a gun in school, but if she wants to go get some green onions, I want her to get out of that situation alive. Yeah. So I want one so I can learn how to shoot one so I can teach her how to shoot one. and her mama know how to shoot guns too. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's besides the point.
you know, yeah, she can teach her, but I want to teach her too. I want to be there. Shit,
Yeah,
no,
she
for sure.
teach me,
Which is
to
understandable.
be honest with you,
Like I said, it's almost mandatory in 2021.
because that's crazy. 45, Matt. We're in the 4th month of 2021, and
Hey.
in this month alone, what day is it? The 17th, the 18th,
17, 18,
in 18
something like that?
days, we've had 45 shootings.
You said
45
it, but you
mass
said it.
shootings.
You said it. The first pod. We're reminded every day that 2021 is worse than 2020.
Yes, in a different
Forward.
way. The pandemic wasn't the worst thing that happened to us. The worst thing that's happened to us is us.
Yeah. That's literally almost 2.5 shootings a day.
That's crazy, man.
And that's mass shootings. Like I said, that's
Mass
not
shooting.
the,
It's not
that's
just
not the
somebody shot
individual
someone.
ones.
It's not a
like,
homicide rate.
Yeah.
Like it's mass shootings.
like the individual, the
that's
cop
literally-
shootings are, you know what I mean? Damn.
That's literally what terrifies me, because like the number here, and it's no bragging rights or like trying to make it look, but like it's literally 0. We're in April, and like I don't even remember the last time. I'd probably have to do research and maybe I can come back with it, but I don't even know the last time Germany probably has had a mass shooting.
It's just crazy.
Like
Oh my
it's scary
God.
to know that I have to come home and be scared to go to the grocery store, and I have anxiety as it is, like bad, like really fucking bad. So
But y'all,
to even know that, like,
y'all got taught a real hard lesson real quick. That's
What do you mean?
I wouldn't say that's the
Talking about
only
Germany?
difference, but yeah, I'm not gonna say the name.
no,
Obviously.
Yeah,
it
no.
showed
That'll
me
get us
that
canceled real quick. Y'all got taught
Yeah.
a real hard lesson real quick. And after that, Germany was like, nah, we ain't letting that shit happen ever again.
Yeah, but that's the sad part, because it's like, why can these other countries get it together? Why can they,
Because
come
we have
together as a community?
as America, we're so endowed in our freedoms that it's hard to be able to take that shit away from people.
But they have freedom here too, so it's not really an excuse.
Well,
It's-
our American freedoms, because
it's the way you're
America
governing
is
your
like,
people.
well, yeah, no, definitely, yeah, that is exactly it, and that's why I'm saying that. But we should
It's
probably
really
move
scary.
on. To be honest,
Hey,
with you, because
before we
probably
slide through,
on the
I just
subject
want
for a
to
while.
give a quick shout out to my peoples. You know what I'm saying? My mom and pops for always educating me. You know what I mean? Not letting me be ignorant out here, how to handle myself in certain situations, whether it be with police or people like that. And like I said, my mother individually for educating herself on how to raise a black kid. Like I said, that was foreign for her at the time with
It's
me and my
gotta be
siblings.
hard.
And I appreciate everything she did. I feel like she did a damn good job of, her and my pops both of, being a part of who I am today. The way that I understand the things that I understand them, especially relative to racism. Big shout out to them, man. I love all of them, man. Whole family, man. Allowing me to get a peek behind the scenes of what's really real. You know what I mean? And letting me know that, hey, this is a real issue. Even your family could be like that, no matter what they tell you in your face. So yeah, I just wanted to,
I think we
say
all
that
have
before we go.
strong white moms though, and I think
No,
I'm grateful for
definitely.
all that.
Definitely.
Is our moms don't fit the stigma of the typical white mothers who want mixed children and marry black men for fetish. Like,
Yeah.
I think all of us can say all of our moms have stood strong in their position in knowing that they have black children and raising black children, to know that they're not white, but you're gonna face different circumstances that they face as children. So I'm gonna
And it's
raise
even
you.
worse because all of our moms were never like, they ended up getting away from our original dads. So and to be able to do that at any point, say it was even just a week time. Say you divorce my dad and they got married a week later. That week was probably hard as shit. It's obviously longer than that in real time space, but I mean, especially with me and you, Lance, as being dudes, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's got to be hard. Like, and this isn't a new thing. Like I said, the whole Rodney King thing happened in the 80s.
Yeah.
So I mean, our parents grew up seeing this shit. So with our moms being with us as single mothers raising black men, they was probably looking at us like, how do I? Because I don't know the answers.
Yeah.
How do I teach my son how not to get shot at a traffic stop? You know what I mean? So shout out to my mama. Shout out to Lance, mama. I love you as much as I love my mama. You a cool ass dude. Shout out to Miss Michelle. I love you. And Gabby love your ass as much as we love our mama. So shout out to our white moms that held it down for the culture. Didn't try to be too more than what they were, and just really did their part. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So we going to the Love Lab? Where the Love Lab at?
What a love at.
Are y'all ready?
Where the Love Lab?
Are y'all ready for
Y'all ready?
Are y'all ready?
Not really.
I'm
but
asking
we
y'all.
finna get going.
Should I sing a song? I think I got the perfect song for this week's
You got
topic.
a jingle?
No.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all the good times and the bad.
I don't know
the fucking words.
That may be.
Welcome to Love Lab, y'all. This week we are going to be talking about none other than
Sex.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're uncomfortable, I'm sorry, but it's something that needs to be talked about. But before we start our segment, me and Gabby both wanted to point out that this month, the month of April, is Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. So for all the women and gentlemen who have been through that, we definitely feel for you. Our hearts are with you, and we hope that you find some type of healing in your life. If you have any stories that you want to share, just know that no matter what, everything remains anonymous unless told otherwise. So if you have stories that you want to put out to us so we can share in the month of April about sexual assault, we would definitely appreciate that. But are you ready, Gib?
You're muted.
Let's do it.
I like this topic. This is like one of my favorite topics. So we're going to talk about sex. So this week I want to talk about, for our first topic, I want to talk about how millennials and Gen Zs are having less casual sex than our previous generation, which would be our parents. So by casual sex, I mean, like we're more into the one night stands. Let's just put it like that. That's the easiest way to put it. I'm a child of God.
Oh,
I partake
my
in no
God.
such things.
Okay.
But this was a study done by
Don't strike us.
this was a study done by Rutgers University, and it stated that men and women from the ages of 18 to 23 are having less casual sex without a long-term partner. And the study done showed that in 2007, 38% of women and men were having casual sex with their partners. And today, where that study stands is at 24%. So it actually fell drastically. So where do you guys think that the whole one night stand situation, now this is nothing new. Like we all know, like our parents and the generations before were having one night stands, but the numbers show that, sex with the long-term goal of being with somebody is not really a thing anymore. So what are your guys' takes, specifically more so the people that have doubts with it anymore? I ain't gonna point no fingers, but where do y'all feel like
Ease of access.
True. What do you think is wrong with the generation to where we're not having more like casual sex, where it's more just like a stick it and kick it type situation?
I feel like that's exactly what it is. I feel like it's ease of access. I mean, so back when our parents were, doing they thug and doing their one night stands, I mean, you had to actually meet these people. For us, it's, you hop on the app, you see a person, you talk, you say you put your little mouthpiece on and you spit your game, and if you get it, you get it. And instead of me having to go to another party and meet another person to have another one night stand, all I gotta do is, as soon as she leave, hop back on that phone, get back on that app, and I'm like, oh shit, I can have another one tonight if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like those things are coming from ease of access.
Yeah.
Okay, I can agree with that. Anybody else?
Gabby?
I mean, I have to agree with Bryant. It's the fact that it's so easy to get to that point and to not have to really worry about putting the time in and, doing all this extra work to just get somebody in the bedroom when you could just get on your phone and swipe left or right, or fucking, apparently now they got pop sockets where you can just boom, tap somebody's shit and you got the info. And it's like, hey, so we doing this or not? Like, should it be that way?
Why do you feel more so sex though? Why do you feel like dating and going out on dates is starting to become less of a thing, whereas Tinder, where you swipe right and it's going to be a hookup instantly?
Because I feel like, again, people don't want to waste that time. People don't feel like they don't have to go through that anymore. Why should I have to sit here? Okay, say that you got two women, right? Both beautiful, both lots of potential. This one right here is on the app. You already know what she's on the app for. I mean, let's be honest. Ain't nobody getting on the app no more to look for a long-term relationship unless you're on Christian Mingle. And even then, sometimes that's a little throw that
I
in
don't
the
know.
real circle. You know what I'm saying?
No disrespect to anybody actually looking for long term.
Right,
I would say
No
I would
disrespect.
have to disagree. I'm not gonna cut you off, but I would have to disagree about that topic because
Yeah.
when I was on, I mean, at
Yeah.
the beginning, I was just trying to get.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
With,
Apps are so overrun with people who aren't that they're not being used for that anymore. So if I'm a dude sitting here trying to get at a chick, I'm not gonna sit here and know that I gotta waste time and effort that I'm really not trying to make a long-term thing. If I got shorty over here on the right
you just go
who
to the next one.
already knows,
Yeah.
Yeah.
crack it and back out.
Too easy.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I think it's one, I believe that and I've said this more time. Us and generation after us, one, to Brian's point, it's easier now. And two, there's no face-to-face. It just no commitment. You don't gotta commit to shit now. You know what I mean? Like, and nobody wants to. I mean, shit, to be honest. I mean, think about it. Right now, if somebody would say, hey, do you want to be in a committed relationship? Like, if you were single, you'd probably say no. Even if you wanted to, the likelihood of that happening is so slim, you would still say no. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just for what? And all the things that come with it, at least in today's age, it's not worth it. Because like I said, people say they're committed, half foot in, half out. You know what I mean? It just creates more problems. So you cut out all the bullshit. You get straight to the point. Hey, look, I'm stressing out. I need a little, I need a little release. Let me see what you got going on tonight. Boom. And that's what it is. I ain't gonna talk to you until maybe next week. Maybe not. If you don't hit me back, cool. And that don't matter because it's so
Quality
easy to
of
just do
life.
the same thing. Yeah. And just keep going around.
I get it.
I don't
Anybody
agree
else?
with that personally. Like you said, we on this show, we are very much, respectful
I do.
individuals. So.
Shit. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, if you could, like you said, if you could just skip the whole notion of actually going out to whatever function y'all at.
Yep.
Chatting while the music loud as shit, which we all know that is annoying as fuck. Then having to meet the person again because you can only call when she's on the telephone, and at a certain point in time, that phone was hooked up to the internet. And if somebody's doing something on the internet, you could be on the phone or you can be on the internet. So fuck that. You actually had to go out, talk to shorty or talk to dude, and you know what I'm saying, like spend your money on lunch or actually make that drive to lunch, whichever side of that you was on. If you could just make it so much easier. I mean, granted, it does not make for long-lasting relationships, which is obviously the reason we're talking about it. But if you could just skip all that bullshit and just really just get down to the nitty-gritty and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You got that, I got this. You want to,
yeah. And we can make it do what it do.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lance said, I just need my little release real quick. And females need it too. I mean, sometimes females be stressed out. They just be like, I just need a little quick fuck real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all females out here lying? We know you lying.
By the way, we know you lying. Come on. J. Cole definitely ratted y'all out. Multiply that shit by 3. Y'all niggas ain't slick.
I know no such numbers.
Right.
Anyway.
It's because you lost count. No, I was playing.
No, all right.
I'll fuck with y'all.
Definitely lost. All right, so let's talk orgasms. Especially for my ladies, because I feel like this is a subject where men truly don't understand or egos get in the way. But let's just say only 25% of women actually orgasm when you guys are having sex with us.
25%.
25%. This is a study done by Bustle. This is proven scientific facts that 25% of women actually have orgasms when we're actually having sex. So let's get into why. Because I feel like the women's body is still sort of a mystery when it comes to men. Not a lot of men truly understand how to please women. I think when it comes to men are very selfish and they put their sexual needs first before a woman. So it's like, I'm going to get my nut before you get yours. And once I'm finished, just like, but I don't think men really realize like what it takes for a woman to actually get off. And it's kind of sad because even I didn't know the numbers were that low. 25% of women.
That's
really
hell.
I wouldn't say though that, I mean, obviously there are men out there that, just take, go ahead and say, like, I'm gonna get mine. If you get yours, that's cool. If not, I would say for the majority, well, in my mindset, I think it's just a lot fucking easier for us to get ours, and not even intentionally also.
It's really not though.
Because sometimes you fuck
like,
around and you'll go in, and even in my mindset, and I mean, y'all, everybody in this panel knows my wife Rebecca. Like, if I'm wrong, she gonna put me on blast. To me, I feel like I be making sure she get hers. Yeah. But even if I go in with that mindset saying, hey, like, you go, like, nice guys finish last, I'm gonna go in, we gonna get it together. You go, I go. I'm gonna make sure you get yours, I get mine. It don't always happen like that with dudes, because you go in there with that thug mentality, and you'll get your ass humbled.
That's when you get got. That's when you get.
Because you go in there, motherfucker, you be like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this shit.
Nigga, get that money like, nigga, hey, immediately, damn.
And you can't ignore direction, because you be like, I gotta slow down real quick. She be like, no, why don't slow down? Come on. You be like, damn.
So Gabby, have you personally ever been in situations where you have, I don't want to say faked orgasms to kind of like, oh yeah, you did it. You hit it. We're good.
97% of the time.
97%, like think about it for real though. Really? 97%, like, and obviously not real figures, but in your head you feel like it's way more. Like 97% of the time you feel like you faked it.
97% of the time I have just been.
I'm glad I know these numbers.
Yep.
Matter of fact,
just so we can look.
I was gonna bring her out
so here. We can go
like really let her tell her truth, but she breastfed.
Just so we can go ahead and get over with, because at this point now I'm irritated. I know I'm not getting mine, and I want to go. There was one time my phone wasn't even ringing at all, period. That bitch was on D&D, because I was like, oh yeah, I even sent Brianna my location. I was like, look, here's my location, just in case. Boom, this is what I'm here for. She's like, okay, bet. And as soon as it was over with, I was like, oh, I gotta go. My mom's calling. My mom was knocked the fuck out.
That's right. I did that one time, by the way.
Situations. But I think for men, so let me give men advice, and for a lot of ladies who aren't like sexual.
Hold on. I don't want to cut you off. But to that point, right? Men know what they know.
Men barely know what they know. Okay,
and that's what I'm saying. They know. Look, most men, especially if you start at a younger age, you don't give a fuck about none of the extra shit. You know what you know. I'm getting my rocks off, right? But in that same breath, a lot of women too do not know their bodies as well. So if you don't, and that's the thing, is like, I don't care what anybody says. Sex is That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to make sure we, what I'm saying, they all on the.
You wouldn't let me finish.
My bad.
Men and women.
See, I wanted to make sure. I didn't know if he was gonna switch it up. I had to just,
I feel like men don't really know the 2-finger trick. Do y'all know the 2-finger trick?
If you don't get your point, look, what?
See? Yeah. So, okay. Men and women, let me tell you, this works 100% of the time. 2 fingers, everybody knows a woman's G-spot is curved. A woman's G-spot is not straight up. You have to kind of, literally, that's why women prefer curved, because it actually can hit the G-spot. So, men, if your stuff is straight and it doesn't curve, 2 fingers, right? Press down on the topper part of the abdomen. Mm-hmm. Do your shit. Women, you'll thank me. In the comments below, just thank me. Just try it with your partner. Let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, shit work, bitch.
Hey, so
you're welcome.
Okay, so to that point, Brianna.
Don't try that on your dude though. Hold on, my bad, Lance.
Men's are in the
get contractual obligation. Like, make sure you have a disclaimer, because she said men and women. Women, if you about to try this on your dude, make sure he knows what you about to try, because with me, no. It don't work for me. All that shit. Be careful, okay?
Okay, disclaimer, it don't work on men, because everyone knows a man's G-spot is in his
derriere.
His bum. I'm not gonna say ass, his bum.
I'm not gonna say ass. You just said it.
So for men out there, take the advice to use on your girls, and women take that advice to use towards your men, but it really does work. So 2 fingers, press down a little bit on top of the abdomen and do your thing. And I guarantee you 100% of the time you will you will be able to reach your spot.
All of
But
your
I
life
also
ingredients, man. She giving y'all the recipe. Don't fuck up.
Don't fuck
listen.
it up.
Don't listen to this episode and then go in
Do
and
not
try to
fuck
do
it
it
up.
and be like, "Oh, I didn't know what I was doing," because she just told your dumb ass.
I will tell you. But I also have some things that actually stop you from having an orgasm. And these are some of the things that I didn't know.
Thank you. Okay, let's go. I want to hear these.
Yeah, I
What's
want to
up?
hear these too.
But they're so bizarre. They're
Yeah.
not
Oh, never
regular
mind.
things that you think.
Well, I want to know.
So, all right, ready?
Chocolate.
So of course, first of all, skipping sleep. So you want to have an adequate 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day. Being tired consistently can definitely affect you having an orgasm, which is, I think as an adult, a lot of things that we do, we kind of, we don't really get enough sleep. I don't get enough sleep. So no, let me stop lying. I do get enough sleep.
Yeah, you're sleeping out. Shut up.
Is that like a female statistic? Though?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Is that male?
No,
and female?
this is men and women. This is for both men and women that can stop you from either ejaculating or women actually reaching their point of climax.
Okay.
So skipping sleep, eating cheese. So cheese is full of synthetic hormones that can actually stop men
Did
and
not know
women
that.
from having orgasms.
I like cheese.
I didn't know that. Anybody who knows me knows
What in-
I love cheese. So
So then Rebecca either faking it or I'm doing my thug because she eat a shitload of cheese. And according to what I hear, I don't know, man.
yeah, eating cheese.
So eating
This
cheese
one-
lessens the percentage of, like, basically if you eat a lot of cheese, you're not gonna have an orgasm as much.
It
It
can.
can
Because
affect you.
It's full of synthetic hormones, so
Oh wow.
it's kind of like a blocker. So
Wow.
Yeah.
it'll be a little bit harder for you to reach that eating a lot of cheese.
Okay.
So women and men out there, cut back on the cheese because that might be your problem. If you're not coming to bed, it might be because you're eating a little bit too much cheese.
So cheese out here.
For
You said what?
women, this is only for women. I scientifically, I don't know how, again, this is a study done by Bustle, so I don't know how this affects men, but for women, riding bikes actually can affect women in having orgasms because, like I said before, you know that ours is kind of curved and you kind of know how like a bike seat goes like this. So riding bikes consistently can actually affect you having an orgasm, and it can actually lead to loss of sensation.
So negatively, not positively.
Yeah.
No,
like
negatively. So consistently riding bikes can lead to loss of sensation. It can also prevent you from orgasming because the way that the seat is sitting. I don't know. As a woman, I find riding bikes extremely uncomfortable. I can't do it for long periods of time. So kudos to you women who do that shit for miles. I'm not doing that shit. It kind of feels like somebody's punching my clit. So after well, I mean, you're bouncing up and down on hard surfaces.
Yeah.
So I get
Every
why it's
pedal.
uncomfortable.
Imagine riding horses. Hey, if y'all not watching this fucking episode, y'all missing out on a lot of free jewelry because I'm learning
Man.
something today.
Man.
I like riding horses too, but riding horses surprisingly
bet you
doesn't
do.
affect a woman's libido, so that's great. I think this is something that everybody knows. For men and women, having a low self-esteem can affect your sex drive. So
That is
if you're
very
not
true.
confident within yourself, or where you're at or your body, you could more potentially be at risk for not having an orgasm. So women, low self-esteem, definitely, I feel like, sexually, we're all adults, have confidence in what you're doing. I'm definitely going to touch topic into something that's going to help the women later on here in a second. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pro.
Go ahead. Sorry.
And then the last one, which I didn't know, I do consistently, I do it a lot. It's the only thing that keeps me alive during the day, but drinking coffee can actually affect you having an orgasm. So if you're an avid coffee drinker, I would definitely say if you have not been able to reach an orgasm, mainly my women, I would try to cut that back a little bit more and see if that helps you. Because that could be what's affecting you. It might not be your partner. It might just be what you're intaking in your body, because a lot of times what we intake does affect everything else that we have going on. And in sex and having an orgasm, cheese and coffee are two of the main things that can affect you having an orgasm.
That's crazy.
Two best things in the world, cheese and
I would
coffee.
say
I know. And I'm going to have a huge ass fucking problem. I mean, I don't have no issue.
Now you mad because you down there DJing your shit because you didn't get off. But come to find out, it's not even our fault. It's because your dietary restrictions, because you wanted to be awake and you wanted to have some flavor on your burger. That's why you can't get off. It's not our fault. It might be our fault, but it's not our fault. Come on, man.
And if it is our
she had
fault,
no car, she had a ride.
You know, those got it. And which was more crazy about it is those have to be like female only statistics because I swear to God, when I drink coffee, nigga, and this is me getting up at 4:30 in the morning to drive to work, I'll be ready to go.
This is men and women.
Damn.
So,
I would just
do with that information as you will. But yeah, definitely.
So is it the caffeine? Do you know if it's the caffeine or if it's just coffee structure itself? Is it caffeine?
It's the I want to say it's the caffeine. In the article that I read and I got my information from, it didn't really break down as to why coffee really affects. The only one that I really got an answer to was the cheese because of the synthetic hormones that can affect orgasms in a whole. But I definitely do want to say the caffeine. But even then, I would think, with soda, I've heard that men have issues with drinking like Mountain Dew or Monsters or things like that. It kind of affects their whatever.
Yeah. So so it's one that I'm looking at right now. Coffee can boost a woman's sex drive. While that's true for some, it also contributes to anxiety, which can negatively affect it. So basically, what you were saying, yeah. So yeah, like it makes you want to have sex more, but it also like you're more anxious, so you're not gonna raindrops falling down.
And that's what I wanted. That's why I was curious because I never really got like I guess I've never really asked it openly to a female or females. You and Gabby,
not something you think about, right?
Mentally. How much does that play into your guys' orgasm? Like how you're feeling in that moment, how you feel about somebody. Are you personally able to block that out? You know what I mean? Does that make sense to you?
Me personally, yes, I can. Like I said, and I think it was our first episode. When I'm ready to go, I'm good to go. Like can't stop. You can knock on my door. Walk in if you want.
Sorry, Dad. I know you're listening.
But, no, those things don't affect me. What affects me is not getting.
Yeah.
That's what really pisses me off. Like the one time, that 30-minute drive home, I was pissed. Oh, I was pissed.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Bree, answer his question. I got a question for you.
Okay. So for me, y'all know I get up at the ass crack of dawn. So I have my coffee at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. So by the time I want to fuck, that is not even in my system anymore. So coffee.
You only drink coffee once throughout the day? You only drink one cup of coffee?
Multiple times a day. Like I would have 4 to 5 cups a day, but I completely cut back. Like I have 1 cup a day and that's it. Like I limit my coffee just for, I'm really anal on like my teeth and stuff. So I don't, coffee was staying in my teeth. So I was like 1 cup a day and that's it for me because otherwise my teeth would probably be really fucking bad with the way I would inhale coffee. So yes, I drink coffee at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. By the time I want to fuck, it's out of my system. I don't even give a fuck about it. So it don't affect me. My problem is cheese. So let me get back to y'all on the cheese. Let me try to cut cheese out for like 2 or 3 days a week.
I thought she said cheese.
I thought, me too. I was
like, whoa.
No. Yeah, coffee doesn't affect me. But what did you want to ask?
How far? What's the furthest you've driven for sex? Or not? Okay, so not even if it didn't happen, you going there to go and meet somebody with the intention. Because with females, I don't know how y'all think. With dudes, if we're driving there, we'll probably have the intention. With y'all might be thinking like, hey, I just want to meet him and know if he's cool or what. Blah blah blah. But you have probably had sex on the mind as well. So what's the furthest? And you can leave these in the comments below too. And don't get mad if we clown your ass. Starting with Gabby, what's the furthest you've driven for sex? How do you word that?
Can you pass me the crown? I need something
stronger. What's the furthest distance you've driven for a hookup?
Just for a hookup?
Well, the sex or just anything, period. Like, how far did you drive for a nigga for the females? Niggas, how far have you driven for a female?
Okay, so technically, if we're speaking just hookup, 30 minutes. But as you guys have known, I've driven 4 hours before, but he used to drive for 4 hours too. So
that was more
Oh,
of a
that's
committed thing though.
Well,
so if we're
was
talking
it? Well, yeah.
we're talking
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
It was 30 minutes and it was the worst 30 minutes back.
Bro, when I'm at work tomorrow and I'm listening to this podcast and I hear me pucker my lips like that, I'm gonna get pissed. Go ahead, sorry. Bree, how far have you driven for sex?
What, 48 hours?
Or a hookup, sorry. 48?
Who?
How far is it from New York to Texas?
Girl, bye. No, I can't see y'all. That just so happened to happen. That just so happened to happen. Austin, Texas.
Like from Killeen to Austin? So like 45 minutes? Okay.
Need water.
I definitely don't need it.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need
Go ahead,
it.
Lance. How far did you drive?
About an hour. Somewhere between 45 to an hour. But that was even pushing it for me. I ain't with all that, so I ain't gonna lie.
Was it worth it on the way back?
Yeah.
Mine was about 50. Mine was about 50 something. So let me ask you this question.
So shit,
if you knew, and I'm sure it's probably hard to answer this question without being in a situation, but if you knew for a fact, and this somebody you digging, like you this somebody like every second you get, you go back to the Instagram feed, you're like, damn, I want to fuck the shit out of him or her. Would you drive more than 2 hours for it? Because for us living in Killeen, 2 hours is like San Antonio. It's a guarantee. Yeah, it's a guarantee. Like without knowing, for a fact, like they like, hey, like fresh shave pick going down. I'm at the crib all alone. You know what I'm saying? It's a guarantee. Would you drive in 2 hours? 2 hours max. Would you drive?
I'm driving it.
No.
I probably would.
If it's gonna be worth it, like if I know for a fact,
depends on who it is.
Like you are going to get it.
That part.
And I know
it's something that you need. Like you look at it.
It.
Like every time you on break at work, you go to the Instagram and be like, God damn. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
to...
let me put
Would you drive 2 hours?
2 hours is a lot. You talking about 4 hours
it
is
is.
far.
Okay,
that's 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it
Return
this way.
trip.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
If
4 hour trip in total. Yeah.
Happen,
I don't know.
and it's gonna be good. I'll drive back with noodle legs.
But I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be good.
No. I'm not willing to drive.
Bro, did she just fucking say that shit?
No.
Did she just say that shit, bro? Oh, God.
She did.
Look.
Matter of fact, now
wobbly leg ass girl.
Hold on, now that's being said, let's take into account that Gabby has gotten into two car accidents. So now I'm wondering, was it due to wobbly leg, or was it?
Okay, so look.
How did you?
Wobbly what?
The first accident, I was on my way to work, didn't even have my driver's license. My mom, let me put this in there. You handed me the keys, Mom. You handed me.
Hey, don't shit on Mom in this podcast.
Hey.
At HEB?
I refuse.
At HEB when you hit a parked car?
In the parking lot.
When you hit a parked car?
The cars don't move.
Oh, where your L's at?
And the second one, let me put it this way. I have not been in an accident that was my fault yet. The second one, I was working at the prison and we were on our way to the range to shoot for in-service, and this chick backed in. I just got my car, and she backed straight into me. Everybody saw it. I was pissed. When we got there, they were like, "Are you ready to shoot?" I was like, "If you hand me this gun, I'm gonna shoot her."
Also, 3 accidents in because I wanted to stop light.
Brian, tell me how hitting a parked car is not her fault.
Yeah,
that's most definitely her
it's
fault.
definitely her fault.
I haven't been into an accident in my car. That was my fault.
Yeah, that was Mom's car.
Hey, shout out Courtney and his mom, man. That was my first
You
car
literally
accident.
said
I'm
I've
sorry,
never been in an accident where it's been my fault. How do you hit a parked car and it's not your fault?
It's not. No, it's not. It's definitely your
It's
fault.
your fault.
In my
Oh
car, I have yet to be.
Hey,
That was
my answer is no. 2 hours for the cat, I can't do it.
Now, if I don't know,
To answer for the cat, no.
2 hours? I'm talking about we better be going rounds for 2 hours. 2 hours, bro.
I mean, yeah, you can spend it.
I'm staying
It
at
don't
night.
gotta be. It don't gotta be a one.
I'm staying at night, man. Like
I was thinking turnaround.
Kicking it for the night, and I'm leaving in the morning.
With my trust issues, man, I don't think I could spend the night at this short period. Far away
that's
from
why I say depending on who it is.
Either.
Yeah.
Because like if I drove 2 hours,
I'd be scared.
I'm like, bro, I don't want to drive back. Like I don't want to drive 2 hours, and they'd be like, 2 hours.
I did have one girl that drove from Austin, and I feel so bad. I don't really remember your name, but if you're listening, I'm sorry. She drove from Austin, and it was a Mustang, so I know the eco mileage was bad. She drove from Austin. This when I wasn't living with Mike, but I was living with Mike for anybody that I was fucking with. I lived at Mike's house.
Yeah.
So she had drove down, and then we had did our do or whatever, and then she was like, "So next time you gonna come see me, right?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, hell yeah, I got you." And that's like Brianna said, from Killeen to Austin, it's only 45 minutes away.
45 to an hour.
I wasn't driving that, and it was a for sure thing too, because I knew I already hit, and it was good, and she left already and asked me to come next, so I knew I would get it if I drove that 45 minutes. But
but you wasn't going to. It wasn't that good to make you drive the hour.
Well, Daddy, I mean, so and this is another thing. So I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, females. I feel like for a dude, we do have good nuts, I guess, in a way, and we do have bad nuts. I don't know what a bad nut feels like. I don't know. When we nut, we nut. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know, I'm not a female. Y'all have different levels of orgasms. So to me, I can't say I nutted and it wasn't worth it, because at the end of the day, I nutted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
it's the same. Like, it's the same.
Like
Do y'all really want to know?
Yeah.
So there's no different level. There's either you make us come or we're faking it.
There's no in between. Like there's no like, I think I can.
No. At least for me, there's no in between. Either you're making me orgasm, or I'm literally gonna sit there like.
Niagara, Sahara.
I thought you meant like the intensity of that orgasm. Is that what? That's what I mean.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So there's
like,
a difference. There's a difference between orgasm and climax.
Okay. Orgasm is below that.
That's the one where we be crying and shit.
I mean, your legs be like.
Okay, so I'm good. I had that before. Hey, shout out to me. Hey, okay. So
there's multiple levels of like in between orgasm. Well, not multiple, but it's just like orgasm. Either your girl is faking it, she's gonna have an orgasm, or no, your girl is faking it, she's wet, she's gonna have an orgasm, or she's gonna climax.
Okay.
And I think a lot of men get the difference between her Nana being super wet and her actually orgasming. Because a woman can get super wet because of the penetration. That's just the flow of motion.
Yeah.
And her actually like you will know when a woman actually orgasms.
Yeah. Okay.
I will
so men, again, the 2-finger trick. You're welcome.
Free jewelry. Free jewelry. Come claim your chain. Listen to this episode. Take this jewelry and go give it to your girl, man. I mean, seriously, like if I was 18 and could watch this episode, I would. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. If I know it's going to be a good thing for a fact, I will drive for it. But it's more than likely got to be somebody I've done it with before. Other than that, I'm not driving for an hour.
I got to be somewhat.
At least an hour. And
I got to be able to be around you too. Like I'm driving 2 hours, man. I don't know.
Yo, yeah. Hey, no cap. Again, this might be another misconception, but males don't only want your coochie. We also want to be able to talk to you, because if you're annoying as fuck or you can't hold a conversation, your pussy's not gonna give you all that power in that situation. Now, me personally, I grew up with a mom and 2 sisters. I know for a fact women rule the world. That's just how the world goes. Okay, men only do shit to please women at the end of the day. However, if I'm driving an hour plus to go chill with you or to have sex with you and you cannot hold a conversation, it's deaded. Be a better person. Your pussy not gonna save your life. Be a better person.
Your pussy power, but it ain't that much power. Come on.
Pussy do got power, but not super.
But not that much.
It's got 50 Cent power on BET or Stars or whatever it came on.
The same thing goes for you men. If you cannot hold a conversation and all you can offer me is a quick 2-minute nut, I'm going to get my keys and I'm going to leave. I promise you, I will be out the door.
You ain't
So-
never gonna hear that.
Be a better person.
So quick.
Take a class. Like I said in the first episode, take an improv class. I got you, Gabby. Take an improv class. Do something. Learn how to talk to people. Stop betting your personality on your body or your pussy or your dick or how you look.
Face.
Like if you
That's-
don't got it, stop catfishing people, acting like you got it. Putting
Mhm.
all this shit in your body like I'm a fitness trainer. I'm a personal trainer.
A G model.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love to see people motivated, and then whenever she comes to the crib to give you that nah, all you can say is like, "So what's up?" Hold on. I was waiting for you to do this. So what's up? I mean,
Hey, you're stupid.
I got
He's so childish.
Trying to do like no nigga. Talk about something. God damn it! There's a lot
Okay,
of
but that
pressing
goes-
issues in this
hey.
world. You have plenty of material to talk about.
Yeah.
Because
I
if
agree.
that's the case, and that's all that you have to offer me, I can get that from anywhere else. Not saying that I'm going to, because it's not the type of person I am. But
And I will.
I will. On God, I will get it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
If you cannot hold a conversation with me,
Talk your shit.
And that's what I was saying about females ruling the world. They don't need us, nigga. I mean,
No.
as a dude, I mean, you could be fucking Michael B. Jordan. You know, you still have to put some kind of work in as a dude to get it. Females, they don't have to work that hard because niggas is thirsty. And they
thirsty.
and I don't remember exactly who I said this to, but I said this to plenty of people. A dude can walk into a restaurant and say, "Hey, who wants some dick?" and not get a response. A female can walk into a restaurant and be like, "Hey, who wants some pussy?" and get 15 responses, nigga. We're losing in this fight, and it's a fight that we're
Man,
always gonna lose.
can I please have a piece of coochie?
I'm crying.
Miss, can I
Okay.
please,
So
can I please have a piece of that?
for Apple. So I want to get into next. Let's talk about hygiene, because this right here is the number one killer for, I think, at least I can say for everybody.
Gabby, fix your face.
I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like. I don't care your history. I don't care your numbers. Hygiene is a really big thing. And I'm going to provide the hygiene essentials for women, and what I want to see in men. But then I want you guys, you men, like to kind of help the ladies, because, you know, sometimes ladies think that, you know, they shit don't stink, and then real deep down, they probably have like that little itty bit of toilet paper from where they went pee before they got it. So let's break this shit down so we can help these men and women before they put themselves in a situation where your balls smell like you've been at the gym all day, or your pussy got toilet paper sticking on the inside because you don't know how to wipe properly.
Okay. Gabby, do you want to start with the?
Are you good? Wait, I thought Bree started off.
Oh yeah,
No, you
my bad. Because she can't stop laughing.
let me first and foremost say that yes, us women do love when a man smells fucking good. That right there, if you smell good and you like, if you walk by and I catch a whiff, I'm automatically, if I like it could be go time. But that needs to happen everywhere else. You don't need to just walk out the gym and spray some Axe and think you're finna get some. Please do not.
Wait, why are men still wearing Axe in 2021? Men,
I was about to ask the same question.
please,
If you're
put the
wearing
Axe down.
Axe
That shit
cologne,
stinks.
Axe, any Axe body products, body wash, deodorant, what's it called?
13,
Toilet,
13,
perfume,
17.
toilet. Not even that. Just stop. Don't do that.
For men, if you smell good, it's an automatic in the door, but please make sure that the rest of it matches. There is no reason, because I myself am not going to do it. I'm not going to go make sure I go a whole day and then I go and spray myself, and then you think that everything's going to be peaches and creams and it smells like it, because it's not. That's not right. It shouldn't happen at all. So if you smell good, please make sure the rest of you smell good, okay? Go hop in the shower. Body wash and loofahs and all that is not that expensive, okay? If you need it, I'll send it to you.
Do you females have a preference on if a guy is shaved or not?
I do.
I personally And I was just looking at this the other day because I was like scrolling through like some pictures and stuff like that. And I had seen a picture of you and I guess you were doing something. You were like at the lake or something like that. And you had just like a jersey on. And I was looking, I was like, I really hope Rebecca makes him shave his entire.
No. I'm talking about like dingling shaved.
Yeah. So either bald or
I'm always rock my chest hair. No.
Either bald or trimmed extremely low. I'm not with the buckwheat.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
I can't get down. I can't get down with the buckwheat.
So sad. I fuck with my chest hair, man. Like sometimes I just hit that bitch with like a 2 because I don't want to shave it off all the way. I'll be myself.
I shave my arms. Okay, body hair just I can't.
Same.
Because
literally
the majority of
the
people that I've ever been with get hot when they're sleeping. I'm not trying to be sleeping on your chest, mangled in a bunch of hair and sweat. Like, shave that shit. But
arm hair though? I feel like that's that's something you can't control. Arm hair?
I shave my arm.
No, I literally all of it's gone.
I tell you this, the main reason I started shaving my arms was because it makes my eczema scar look lighter. It doesn't make it look as dark. But then when I realized how much it makes me feel better, I was just like, yeah, I can't. Ugh.
Well, I'm European, so I haven't shaved it because it's disgusting, and I'm built like a fucking Yeti. If I don't really got a choice. Everything
I grow hair like a motherfucker, bro. Like
literally Europeans grow hair disgustingly, so I don't have a choice. I have to shave my arms, like legs. Everything's gotta go.
And then another thing too,
everything.
Hair right here, like you got like a little patch of hair right here. Please, for the love of God, get rid of that.
That's me. I got it.
Bro, no.
My shit be growing in sprouts, man. So Lance, how do you? I mean, I don't remember what's the question exactly? I don't remember what the question was.
I was just mainly talking about this last part about hygiene and
okay, yeah,
and your sexual partners, like.
But hey, this is the thing though. It don't fucking matter because if you watching us or sorry, if you watching us or you listening to us, it's because you fuck with us. You want to know what we think, all right?
Know that.
If you think that way, you don't fucking listen to it because Hardly Sober Podcast is all about transparency, okay?
Yeah,
we gonna be transparent as fuck. And sometimes, yeah, I know, right? Hold on, you throwing out my radio voice. And for transparent, sometimes that means that you can see straight through the glass. Okay, that's what transparent means. So it's a straight line of info. You don't got to break all that shit apart to get through the glass. It's a straight line. I don't remember what I'm talking about. Lance, if you have your segment ready, go ahead and segue and cut me off because I'm just.
But he didn't even answer his question.
Sorry, hygiene. My bad. Hygiene.
Women, we know that toilet paper. We see it, by the way.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Well, let me ask you this.
What do y'all do?
It's 2021.
Do y'all ignore it?
Do you just take it?
Do you ignore it or do you
or do you just say, hey, you got a little something?
Hey, look, I don't want it. Oh, man. Ooh. I have had to, kind of do one of these.
Ew!
And then, hey, you do that, you do that, and it don't work. You be.
We see that,
and then you gotta get so close to blow it that she be like, "Ooh, what was that?" You be like, "God damn it! Now I gotta blow it again. Now I gotta keep blowing." It's a whole thing.
Women, if you having a sneaky link or somebody link up, and you ain't take no shower, just say that. Don't take a shower. Do not take the washcloth with the soap and rub that spot. We know that. Yeah,
because we can smell that. We know that. Yeah, we know what Dawn dish soap smell like. Your nasty ass. We get it. And y'all as females, y'all know there's not just because with dudes it's easy. Our hole for pleasure is not that big, so a lot of things don't come out of it. As females, you could wipe down whatever you want, but you're not getting that underlying factor. There's an underlying factor. Women
don't know how to wash their coochie.
Well, it's what Lance was saying. You try and do that little quick hoe wash and knock it out real quick, but because like you smell the like fragrance, and then past that, because it moves in waves. It's like fragrance,
coochie,
flesh, insides. And it moves all like a sandwich, a big ass
Real
sandwich.
fucking
It hits
deal,
you
man.
like bread, meat, lettuce, mayonnaise, like all that.
We're gonna get to the meat of this.
And when you get to the meat of it, is when you understand that you didn't really wash. You just try to cover it up.
Women,
Sorry.
women, it's 2021. If you're doing anything with multiple people, please wash your coochie properly.
Please.
Do not hit one of these over the sink. And then that's gonna do it.
Like, trust me, ladies, men will wait for you to take a shower. On God.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I would
much
much rather wait for you to take a shower than you to do that nasty shit on me.
But to be honest with you too, also women, be safe. So you're taking our advice, right? And you say, hey, I'm gonna take a shower because now that you listen to us, you know niggas are comfortable with you taking a shower. We'll wait. We want the coochie. We're there for a reason. Lock all your shit up before you go take a shower because I'm one of them niggas that'll go in your pantry, eat all your fruit snacks while you taking a shower. Literally. Or actually, matter of fact, do one of these. Turn the water on and don't get in the shower. Just throw the things back because you know how you hear the shower rings. I wonder. And then look out the door and see if we still on the couch or not. Do one of them because we will be in there doing some stupid shit. Like there's been a time, and I can attest to this. I never did nothing too foul. Like I never stole money or nothing like that. But Shorty was I had did my thing, and then Shorty fell asleep, and I was like, well, okay, let me go out. And then I was going to my car, and then I realized I was like, kind of got free reign of this bitch right now. You know what I'm saying? So I started walking around, hands in my pocket at all times. Like, I swear to God, I didn't steal nothing. I was just walking around. I was like, open the fridge up. You know what I'm saying? Looked at what she had, realized she couldn't cook from the ingredients in her fridge. Threw that bitch down. And when I closed the fridge door, I looked back, see if she was awake. I was like, I'm just over here chilling. Took a couple packs of fruit snacks. I swear to God, took a couple fruit snacks and then left. Just be careful. And stop inviting people in your house all the time, man. That's just not safe. And dick and or vagina is not worth you inviting people in your house because you invite them in your house, they know where you live forever because you know you're not breaking your lease no time soon. Stop bringing people to your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, I'll close it off. Men, y'all talk about women. Please wash y'all's ass.
Yes.
We smell the gooch. We smell it.
Oh, y'all freaky fucks. Oh shit. Oh,
you're not getting past me. We smell the gooch.
Shit.
Okay. Clean it up. For me personally, I like landscaping. Okay. Like I said, I don't want no buckwheat. I'm not putting my mouth no near no fucking rainforest, wild forest, whatever Gabby called it in episode 1. Okay. Anacondas not get swallowed with a rainforest below it. Okay. Nice. Clean it up. Clean that shit up. That's nasty. This doesn't apply to me, but I know a lot of women can relate. Men, clean your nails.
Oh my God.
Groom your nails so you don't have anything nasty inside. Wash your hands before you touch a woman because for the men that don't know, let me educate you. A woman's
Stop giving women UTIs, niggas. My bad.
It's not even UTIs. It's not even UTIs. A woman's UTI is responsible on her behalf. She should be peeing after sex. So women, pee after sex. If you're not peeing after sex, that's on you. But for men, clean your nails. Nobody wants to see booty fingers because if you're not, you can literally give women bacterial infections from having dirty bacteria in your nails. It throws a woman's pH balance off. If you don't know what that means, do your fucking research. We're all grown adults here.
If it's spicy, bro, get it right.
Stop being
clean your nails. Make sure your mouth is clean because that also applies to women too. The bacteria in your mouth, I don't want to see your lunch. You should be flossing at this age anyway. You should be visiting a dentist at least 6 months, every 6 months. If I can see your lunch and everything else in there,
you're not touching me.
Don't touch me.
But hey, don't feel bad because I don't have dental either. That's a problem I have. I don't floss. I don't like floss because I don't have dental. I know I should be, but I don't. So I didn't floss for the longest, and then when I did start flossing, my shit was like bleeding. Yeah. So I got mad at myself for not flossing earlier and not taking care of myself. Definitely what she said, go see a dentist because I got to go see a dentist now because I got like 3-4 cavities. God damn it. Don't get to that point. I'm going to get fillings. I'm still safe. You still going to see all this. I ain't get all this shit real. I ain't getting rid of none of this. but definitely stop before it gets to the point to where, and like she said, stop being dirty. If you got hot Cheeto crumbs in your fingernails, don't be trying to be like, hey, little mama, let me play with the cat. Something like that. Come on, man.
Yes,
You ain't
definitely.
DJs don't eat hot Cheetos and DJ.
Yeah, because it's gonna fuck the vinyl up. If you get residue on the record, it's gonna fuck the song up.
A woman's body is a bacterial breeding ground. So most men don't understand that. Y'all, like you said, you don't have bigger holes or things like that, that bacteria can grow and manifest in. So men, take care of yourselves, because as women, we should be doing what we were already grown and know what we should be doing as women to take care of ourselves. Women, if you're not, you guys need to get on it. As far as not using scented soaps and them tight ass pants y'all be wearing, that's gonna give you a yeast infection. I don't care what you tell me. If I can see your coochie lips, we got a problem, sis. I shot seen camel toe at 12 o'clock. Cover that shit up. But men, definitely take care of yourselves, because you actually breed more bacteria for women, and then you put it inside, and it's a nest for women to grow different things, whether that be, we're going to be completely open and honest because we're all adults, whether that's bacterial vaginosis or a yeast infection or a UTI. Women, you should be peeing after sex. Same with men. Men are prone to UTIs too. So men, please urinate after sex. It is very important. But yeah, just clean yourself. Like, nobody wants to smell you.
Don't be a dirty ass nigga or a dirty ass bitch.
Nobody likes that. It's disgusting.
Oh, this goes for niggas too. Wash your ass. Look,
yeah,
literally.
Matter of fact,
if
you guys are having problems with it, I have an equation. Okay, I have a thing. Okay, so this is what you do as men. I don't know about females. You take a shit. You get a wet wipe until it's done. Fold that bitch. I think there's like a limit on how many times you can fold paper, like 13 times or something like that. Wipe until you can't fold no more, until you feel comfortable. Get some toilet paper, wipe the wetness and the residue shit off. I'm telling you this because I figured it out over my 25 years of life. I finally know how to completely clean my asshole. Unless you got a bidet, you live in one of them countries. Wet wipe, toilet paper. If you still have residue on toilet paper, you might want to repeat the process. If you don't, you're completely clean. And you will notice, also shave your ass hairs, because I got one of them lawnmower 3.0s, not a sponsor. I shaved my shit off. And to be honest with you, wipe is a lot easier. I'm not lying when I say this podcast, I'm going to be 100% transparent with y'all. I'm literally talking about wiping my ass.
Women.
I'm telling you how to do it. Do it.
Women.
Because after that, there's nothing that comes from, because we gonna sweat. We got like two little things with a big little thing or a small little thing, depending on how you're endowed, constantly in this like suction cup vacuum of sweat and heat. So we can't always be smelling good all the time. I get it. I know. I'm a dude. I get it. But understand me, when you do this process, it's a lot easier to keep some of that stink out, because there's fragrances in the wet wipes, and you actually get all that shit out your little crevice, your little Grand Canyon. Sorry.
So women, let me tell you, same thing. I understand vaginal hair on a woman is extremely important. For men who do not know, it is 2021. If a woman has vaginal hair, shut the fuck up. You're probably a little boy if you don't accept it. I'm just going to say it. I personally don't like it, but those who don't know, pubic hair on a woman is actually the healthiest thing. So if you see a woman do designs or shit like that, it's because it protects bacteria from getting inside. The pubic hair catches the bacteria before it goes inside a woman. So women who are bald, like
whoever
ourselves, are more prone to whatever there is compared to somebody who actually keeps vaginal hair. So vaginal hair is actually very healthy on a woman. Asshole hair, on the other hand, honey, there's no fucking excuse. Asshole hair does not protect you from whatever's going in your booty hole. Shave that shit. Because I learned personally from my group that men look at the booty hole when they're hitting it from the back.
Yeah,
I didn't know
we
that.
definitely do.
I hate
episode 2. Was it 1 or 2? One of our
episodes. It's right there.
Yeah.
Like if he
doggy style, it regardless if you know it or not, no matter how big your booty is, that asshole is peeking out. I don't want to make you self-conscious. We like it. We like it. We wink like it. We hit it from the back. It winks at us. We wink back. It's
saying?
like
A
a
little
whole
pressure
camaraderie
thing, like-
thing going on.
Yeah, y'all be in the back like this.
I be plotting for real. I be plotting. I'm like, should I do
Hey,
it now?
the ultimate.
Like I said, this is free jewelry. Literally, I mean, we might not be doing service to people that just want to listen to these short ass episodes, but somebody that is going through this, like anybody, you got a girlfriend, nigga, you know what to do now. You about to step your relationship up tenfold. Because I even know about that two finger curve thing. Now I know I'm about to try it later on tonight. No, but will I try it later on this week? Probably. Yeah.
Okay, so I have one last topic, and I swear I will shut up for the rest of the day.
Fuck it. Hey, no, fuck it, Bree. Long episode day.
I think
we deserve one.
This is the most important one for men and women. I can't speak for men, so I need y'all's advice in the men aspect. But women, oral sex. Let's talk about it.
Get it all out. Hey, again, before you start, Bree.
Baby.
Anybody whose first episode this is, listen to the first and second ones. They're not this long. I want to keep this episode at a long time frame because I'm really fucking with the vibe and the communication and all the again, all the free jewelry y'all are getting. This is like, I mean, if you don't know too many females in your life, you got two of them that know what the fuck they talking about, giving you pure advice. If you're a female and you don't fuck with niggas like that, me and Lance gonna give you all this advice, man. This is gonna be a long episode day. Man. What's up? Go ahead, Brie.
So for women, the best advice that I can give, I wrote some things down that have helped me over the years. That's the look is all you need to know.
Let's get on with it.
So the first thing I can say for women is definitely just show confidence. For me, I feel like men can definitely tell when you feel like you don't know what you're doing or you act like you don't know what you're doing. Go in there, act like you've done it a million times before in your life, act like you're happy or whatever the case may be in whatever situation you're in, show confidence. Because to me, no matter who it is, confidence is sexy. So if you show me like,
I got this.
Yes, like to me that shows. So for women, all I can say is definitely just be confident in who you are. Like even if you don't know what you're doing, fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? Sis? Like that's the best advice I can give. Go in there and literally be confident. Like confidence is really sexiness to me.
And to add on top of that, like she said, fake it till you make it. But please, and I can say this for men also, your teeth are not needed. For the love of God, keep
that's on there.
Keep
that's on there.
The teeth out the routine. Cancel it automatically. Yes. They're not needed. Yes. Women also, I know men be like, yo, this is not a pencil. You are not a pencil sharpener. Calm down. Like you're not grinding away at nothing. I mean, hey,
if you got buck teeth like me, sis, it works. Just you gotta find your routine. Because
okay. So and then now, I mean, hey, like she said, fake it till you make it. Find something. If you gotta look at them a little bit, you know, while you're doing your thing, hey, that might throw him off. It might be like, is this bitch looking at me while she okay?
They like that. They definitely
like
looking
on me.
That's so
don't look up all weird. Don't be like,
look.
Yeah, don't be on no weird.
Yeah, don't look shocked. Yeah. Don't look cautious.
You gotta make me
look like you know what you do.
Give me that. Hey, you remember when in Iron Man when he made the press conference and he was like, "I am Iron Man." Don't be like, "I am Iron Man." Like, be confident.
The best place for you to do that is on your knees, because to me it's not weird. Like me laying down, I personally don't like eye contact. If I'm on my knees, for me it's more comfortable to look up, because when I'm like laying down, nobody wants to be like this. I look like I'm drunk. So, ladies, if you're gonna give eye contact, I preferably say, go ahead and do what you need to do with your man on your knees and then look up, because it's a lot easier when you're doing what you're doing, and more women will understand what I'm talking about, because it's kind of like a what do they say, where you can juggle two things at once? What's that word? Yes. I couldn't think of a word for a second, but like it's kind of like multitasking. So like when you're laying down, you're not really thinking to like look, or maybe that's just me. So for me, like on the knee position, it's a lot easier for me to look up.
I'm gonna say,
than it is to
as
lay
a
down.
dude, okay, so eye contact wise, yeah, it might be easier for you to make the little eye contact thing, which is a turn on, by the way, on your knees. However, if you're doing it on a bed, right, and like the dude's laying down and you're here and your ass is over here,
To the
that's
side.
even more a turn on because I can look at your booty and, you know, smack that motherfucker, grab it, do whatever I want to do with it.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Do a little flank-a-lang with you over there with easy access. Because if you're on your knees, I don't want to have to like bend over.
Okay,
and be like,
okay. But to that point, I agree with you. But at the same time, I kind of like my posture. Like I like to, I like to be like, I don't know. So I agree with you.
What would be the best for posture then? What do you mean?
I'm saying like I want to be somewhat sitting up for the most part, if that makes sense.
So like some
As far
pillows
as
behind your
up,
back and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That or like I said, I might stand up. I might be on the edge of the bed. I don't know, but I like to be up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to. But to your point, that is also that is it too. We already passed that.
It's what it comes down to, because what we had a talk about before this show is sponsorships don't care. A lot of sponsorships don't care what the fuck we talk about. We're gonna be transparent, and if I want this to be a long episode, it's gonna be a fucking long episode.
Trojan, if you listen,
if you don't fuck with us, you don't fuck with us. I mean,
so for women, the next thing I can say is keep it wet. So by what I mean by that is whether you got to no, a lot of women will literally like, I don't even want to do the hand motions because it's kind of fucking weird, but women giving men oral. So like you're going like this and twisting, and also women make sure you're, you know what I'm saying? Don't neglect this area because know how to twist and
fondle. And hey, we actually just figured this out the other day. You can squeeze as hard as you want to on the top part. The part that goes up, you can squeeze as hard as you want to. It's not gonna hurt.
Yes.
It's not gonna hurt nobody.
And that's what I also want to say too. Make sure you know your anatomy. So
Get
make sure
grip.
you know what parts are the most sensitive to where most parts are not. So the tip of the head and the nutsack. But yeah, so tip of the head, ball sack, make sure you know how to twist your hands and use your hands. Men don't like this shit right here, okay? And if you're doing this shit, make sure it's wet. No one likes to do this on a dry hand. It's uncomfortable. And I don't know if y'all can relate, but it actually hurts. So doing this on a dry hand is not.
Yeah, it depends on how wet it is. Yeah, it has to be wet to be able to do that.
Make sure you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exercise the pepper grinder.
There you go. So pepper grinder, ladies, but make sure it's.
I feel like, and
you know,
and see, this is the problem I come with into this. Like, is like I want, like, Bree is really giving niggas like free jewelry. You know what I mean? But like,
okay, so I just as far as wrapping it up, ladies, like that's just my advice for you. Trust me, it works. Use precaution, but I guarantee you it'll get your man right. But men, I definitely want y'all's take on like what you guys do to kind of help women reach their orgasm. And then if me and Gabby have any feedback to kind of go in towards what you guys are saying, then we'll let you guys know. Yeah,
no, I wholeheartedly agree. Basically what you were saying, and also what I added in because I couldn't wait for you to stop talking for some reason. I don't know. Do exactly what she said, because I can tell you right now, just like even like envisioning it works. Again, for females, don't be scared to grip on that thing. I mean, don't be scared of the tip. The tip is the only thing with actual feelings. Anything else, grip that motherfucker with the Gorilla Glue grip and do what you got to do because it helps. Right. That's all I got to say.
You don't want to grip the balls.
No, you can. The skin, not the actual, but not the actual balls, but the skin.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want them to go in and be like,
yeah, the top part, the actual shaft. You know what I mean? Get that motherfucker as hard as you
because girls will go in and be like, Brian told me this is okay.
Where you learn that from, Brian?
Hardly
I'm gonna kill that nigga.
What that nigga they spell?
Hold on. I'm gonna kill that nigga. Sorry. I got you, bro. So Lance, you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree too. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared to put some spit bubbles on that motherfucker neither, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Show out, man.
Shout out to Tiana Trump.
Come into the situation like you've been there before. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, like I said, it's more mental than anything. Like you said, the confidence shows, you wear it. You know what I'm saying? You come in there trying to be pretty, whatever. Hey, make this motherfucker nasty in here, man. That's me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but that was the best way to put it. You said, I really can't add too much to it. Like you said, you hit it a nail on the head, honestly. But I agree.
That was the best way to put it. Yeah, he said, that confidence shows when you come through. Don't be coming through trying to eat pretty. God damn it. Gargle like Tiana Trump, man. I mean, if you really, and this is the thing, not every relationship hedges off head, but if you really do feel like you're getting to the point to where you feel like your man just want good head so bad that you can't make it work without it, listen to this podcast first and foremost, and second, go to. And ain't nobody sponsoring us, so I'm not giving no shout out, but we all know the sites. Tiana Trump, TEANA Trump.
So baby.
And I'm pretty sure she'll be able to teach you how to do it. God damn, if she ain't the motherfucking best.
She don't need no water.
Then I don't
trust that.
Fuck
she don't need no water.
Feel me?
No water.
All right. Now, next, I would assume that we have in the streets.
We in the matter of fact, streets. What's up?
Since we had to reskin this segment, I mean, we really didn't reskin it. We reskinned it to Love Lab. So Lance has a brand new segment, and it's basically going to be. Don't want you to introduce it. Do you have a name for it? Go ahead, Lance.
I'm gonna keep it in the streets. I mean, because I do like the idea, and I ran with it. But this isn't going to be tailored to any specific topic. Man, this topic is I want all the ratchet, the messy, anything that's happening on the street. I want to know about it. I want to see what's going on, whether it's funny, stupid, so we can get on here and clown you, because we're gonna clown you. Just know that.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? We support everybody, but just know if you make
in the streets with Lance Lane.
If you make it to the motherfucking streets, we are gonna talk about you. All right. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm trying to keep it fun with y'all. I appreciate anybody that threw back some feedback for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm saying on my IG. Big shout out to KB, because we touched a little bit on it with with everything that's going on in America. So I'm sure he'll appreciate that. But with that being said, I got one topic for y'all today.
What's up, big dog?
And this mug is living with me, bro. I might get another bedroom in the crib for this shit right here. So I wasn't too updated on it, but Jocelyn, if you know anything about like Love and Hip Hop and all that, her and Stevie J, all that good shit. Well, she's got a new reality TV show that I just found out a few days ago. You know what I mean? It's called Jocelyn's Cabinet. This is the second season. Did not know that. So they got 2 seasons. They partner with Shade Room and Zeus Network, and they sent out a little clip on, I guess it's all over IG at this point. And this just made me think about situational awareness about what's going on around you. Right. So in this clip that we're gonna plug in,
saying the gutter is a rough place, you know, and you got to do everything, any and everything to make it, you know, every situation, including aborting twins. You feel me, to better yourself because I do want to leave you. But
you just had an abortion, twins.
Yeah, double homicide.
And it was plug. I guess I don't really know much about the show as of now because they don't really have much of the description. I guess I have to tune in more. But it's some sexy shit going on there. I don't know, so I might have to tune in. Jocelyn, she was looking kind of good. But they were talking about
in that brassiere though, like anything. Sorry to cut you off, but
I mean, I ain't saying she bad, but she was looking all right in that.
Yeah, in that clip, I was like, EB, you feel me?
Stevie J.
Man, and but they was having a conversation about, you know, growing up through some hardship, being where, you know, from, you know, the hood, the gutter, as she said on the clip. And a woman got on there and said that she had to do what she had to do, and she had to abort twins, you know, which, you know, obviously we're not going to get into that particular, you know, topic, but we are going to get into what somebody in the back said right after that. All right. So in the clip that we plugged, but in that clip, after she said she aborted twins, somebody proceeded to say, "Damn, double homicide." Now, like I said, like, and I'm trying to be very, like, somewhat sensitive to the topic without, you know, but we don't give a fuck. Shit funny. All right. So my question to y'all is, one, is that shit funny?
That shit is funny.
And two, could she have had better situational awareness in that moment while they were, you know, in the gathering? Could have been more sensitive to that topic, because in the moment she was crying and all that. Granted, it's reality TV, but her response seemed like she kind of felt a kind of way, because she turned back and said, "Bitch," and then, you know what I'm saying? So how y'all feeling about that? I started off with Bree.
I don't care what nobody says, Shawty is dope. That comeback was the funniest shit. Because me personally, like, I probably would have been crying with old girl. I'd have been like, "Damn, I'm so sorry." But Shawty said, "Damn, double homicide."
So, okay. To that point, do you take any sincerity into the immediate, I'm sorry, right after that? Or was that like, "Damn, I fucked up. I said what I said, but I'm going to say this because she might be mad"?
I mean, everybody has a different way of expressing their feelings. So maybe at the time, you know what I'm saying? People think and speak and react quickly. So maybe she was just thinking like,
in a moment,
"Damn, girl, like, you killed both your babies," but not knowing like it was really causing this girl pain. And for the record, I just want to point out there, everybody has a different stance on where they stand when it comes to abortion. And like you said, this is a topic that can be discussed later. But for those who don't know, and for me, you can't tell me otherwise. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm pro-life. So you do what you have to do for yourself. If it means it's gonna better your life, you know what I'm saying? Who am I to judge you? At the end of the day, you have to answer to God. So you don't gotta answer to me, baby. But Shawty said, "Damn, double homicide." And old girl turned around and was like, "Bitch." Like, that shit was funny to me. Do I feel for her? Absolutely. Like, it breaks my heart to know that she's hurting so much. And I do wish, like, her the best, and I hope that the decision that she made helps better her life.
Yeah.
But old girl was quick with it. I mean, I definitely want to,
like, it rolled off. Like, it rolled off smooth. Like, and it hit too. You could tell immediately she was pissed. Man,
damn.
Gabby.
I mean, I gotta agree. Like, the situation is definitely, it was a very sincere, like, sad moment. Like, in my head, I was laughing, but in the back of my mind, I was like, "Damn, sis, read the room." Like, Shorty is like completely going through something right now. And the first thing that comes through your head, out your mouth at that is, "Damn, double homicide." Like, that's
you keep that to yourself, right? Like,
right.
That's what you would think, right?
Right.
Apparently
No, but what killed me was the 2000 glasses that old girl had.
And they was pink. They matched. She was in there dripped out.
What Drake said, rose pink tinted lenses.
He on me. Oh shit, Bryant, what you think?
So I didn't see I saw the clip on YouTube that was like 40 seconds of her.
Yeah.
Like I told y'all in the pre-show, she said, "Damn, double homicide," and Shorty that said it was like, and then it cut off. So I didn't know what she said after that. I didn't hear the apology that you just said was said. So I don't know. I mean,
we're gonna put the full one in here.
Personally, situational awareness was bad. But was it funny?
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but that to her, nah. But yeah, that shit was funny as hell, dog. I mean, like, who thinks of shit like that? She was like, "So you aborted then what's her name, Mimi or Jocelyn?" She was like, "So you aborted twins?" She was like, "Yeah." Damn. Double homicide. And I'm like, how do you like?
But for those who don't know, if she would have gotten her story out, if y'all not fans of Love and Hip Hop, Jocelyn actually did have an abortion too. She had an abortion when she got pregnant the first time. So I feel like that could have been a sincere moment where they could have connected and maybe like helped her in the show.
She killed it.
But Shotty killed that moment when she said that.
She killed it. She stole the moment. She stole that moment.
Shorty that had the abortion probably definitely got a check from that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, no, like from being on there.
Mimi. He was still with Mimi when he got Jocelyn pregnant. So she had an abortion to kind of help his situation because he knew like that would fuck up his marriage at the time. He was still married to Mimi. So, but yeah, Jocelyn, they could have connected on that moment, but that shit rent free in my head right now. Like literally, I was sending Lance memes yesterday.
We needed, like I told them, Bryant, bro, we got it, the video, but then we know how to sprinkle into it the memes because
for sure,
man,
it happens. So to be honest with you, matter of fact, if you're sensitive, we wasn't the motherfuckers making the memes.
Yeah,
we just on social media looking at them. So I mean, don't be mad at us. We mad at the niggas making the memes.
Yeah, because
we're definitely lighthearted. I don't feel like any of us take things extremely too serious. So for us, we find a sense of humor in it, but at the same time, we're like, damn.
I ain't trying to be insensitive to that, you know what I mean, in the moment, but I wanted to bring it up because I've been laughing at this shit for 5 days. Like, I can't get this out of my head. Like, and every day is a new meme.
Get you out of my head.
Like, bruh, like Bree said, the Twin Towers one, didn't even know. Now that I know what it is,
double homicide.
Like,
we're
double homicide.
And that's why I love all y'all watching right now, because after this episode, we getting canceled like a motherfucker. But I know y'all go. Hold on. With my new mic, hold on. I know y'all gonna stick with us, and I appreciate that. Just make sure you keep liking and subscribing. And even though we do have fucked up thoughts, which I know you do too, because to be honest with you, out of all the subscribers I looked at, I know y'all looking at this too and laughing. Go ahead, Lance.
Oh yeah, but no, I mean that's really all. You know what I'm saying? The whole shit's funny. I don't really got too much as of now for the rest of the segment.
Usher Bucks,
huh?
Usher Bucks.
Oh, you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
So, but the thing about the reason I didn't talk about it was okay. So for the backstory that people that don't know, Usher went to the strip club. At the strip club, I guess you know he has some big faces, right?
Yeah.
Some big $100 bills with them big faces on it, literally enlarged faces.
Whose big face was it?
It wasn't no white man. It was Usher. It was fucking Usher, and he was in the strip club throwing Usher Bucks, right? And and apparently the strippers wasn't too happy about it. But going back on the backstory, Usher did throw some cash that night. He did throw a couple $1,000. You know what I mean? So I can't be mad. But you know what you know what I'm saying? The strippers was mad. They, you know what I'm saying, we can't pay, and they ain't worth nothing. They ain't worth nothing at all. You can't trade it in or none of that. Which y'all, you know what I'm saying? What you want to say?
I feel like, to be honest with you, I feel like that was a play ass move.
No, and that's the thing. Okay, my bad. Before I open it back up, so it was strategized. It was a promotion that he did. He did it on purpose for whatever reason. They don't, they haven't said too much now, but he is in the video saying, "Yeah, I got some right here. You know what I'm saying? I did it. Let me show you what we shot." So they shot something to it as well. So it wasn't all for just. He wasn't like Usher broke out like, "I'm finna go to the strip club. I ain't got no money. Let me bring these Usher Bucks today." It wasn't like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But what y'all got on it? Bree can go. Come on.
Y'all know my motto. I sent this in the group chat. Fake ass, fake cash. Shawty, you going around silicone? I'm girl.
Hey.
Okay. I want to see some real ass moving in the strip club. I want to see some, fake titties are nice. But if they don't move, sis, you get Usher Bucks. So Usher, if you hear me, sponsor me so I can take this to the strip clubs when I come back to America. Because I'm throwing fake cash if that ass is stiff. If it move and they got a nice little to it, you might get some of my hard-earned dollars.
Yeah.
But until then, you know what I'm saying? I'm not downplaying no one's hustle, you know what I'm saying? That's how they eat. That's how they make their money. But again, back to the whole double homicide, you got to have a sense of humor and things. And if you don't got a sense of humor, I'm sorry, I can't really fuck with you in that sense, because to me, that shit was funny as hell. And the whole model being thrown out, fake ass, fake cash, like that shit is hilarious to me. So.
Which also feeds back into the first episode, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's better than throwing them Harriet Tubman 20s, because I mean, it's Usher, you know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, hold on. Now I'm thinking
wait a minute. We're not gonna disrespect Tubbs like that. You tripping, nigga.
Well, yeah,
that's what he said. He said we're not throwing Tubbs in the strip club.
We throwing Ushers. We throwing Ushers. It doesn't
Yeah.
rhyme with dubs, but yeah, we throw Ushers. So it just makes me think about it. It's like he's like, all right, so what he say? I want to make love in this club, in this club, in this club, in this club. Yeah. Does anybody remember the actual verse that he sung? Because when I was thinking about it the other day at work, it didn't really register with him throwing them Usher dubs. Like, so nobody needs to know. It was basically the whole thing about that verse. But then he's throwing money. Somebody's walking out of that with an Usher dub or Usher 100 and they draws. So somebody knew Usher was at the club. Isn't Usher married?
No, he's single.
Usher, come on, bro.
No,
he got divorced from his wife in like.
Oh, that was the papers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And he ain't been married since.
Argument invalid.
Yeah. Nah, but it's funny to me, and I think.
Is anybody out there fucking Usher? Can you fuck Usher with a straight face?
No, not since I heard he had herpes.
No, they got them
yeah.
Yeah, we in the streets now. We getting into the nitty gritty of some shit now.
Yeah, I heard he got the herpes.
Did that big girl ever? Did she win that lawsuit? That big girl that sued him for giving her herpes? Did she?
No,
win
not
that
the
lawsuit?
big girl. Not the big girl. No, I know she did.
We gotta look into that because I don't know if he did for sure, but
she didn't win that lawsuit. On God, I know that, but for obvious reasons, he ain't mess with that girl, bro. Come on, bro. It's Usher. Come on, bro. It's Usher, bro.
Multi-platinum millionaire, selling star. I think girls would throw any type of shit just to back to what I said for some money. So
you think they would purposely burn themselves and get Usher Bucks to take them to court?
All right. And would he pay? Would he pay the lawsuit in Usher Bucks or no?
Women do stupid shit all the time. I'm not saying that all women would do it, but you have women out there who are looking for a quick buck, and then knowing that somebody who has an STD and burns them, but didn't come forward and let them know like, hey, I have this, and then you have sex with them, like, hey, I'm gonna file a lawsuit. Like, he gave me this and he didn't tell me that he had it, but it's publicly known information. If you would have done your research, you would have known. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't push shit past women at any time. I think women can do a lot of sneaky, just like men. Men and women are very sneaky. So it just depends on the situation. It depends on the type of woman and what she's out for. So I don't know.
You feel like that.
But again, Usher, sponsor me. I need them Usher Bucks for when I come back to America.
They not worth nothing.
That's the point.
But to be honest with you, you could probably trade them as an NFT though. That's a big thing now. Them non-fungible tokens, where you basically, if you have an Usher Buck, you could sell it for like thousands of dollars because nobody else outside of that strip club has an Usher Buck. So now it's a commodity. Now it's like a trade item. Like they were like, hey, I remember Usher Bucks? And yeah, somebody bought one for like $4,000 because it was like,
and that's the thing.
Was that thing, you know what I mean?
It is perfect. It really is a good
it's great. Like, it's great promo. Yeah, it's
like
great.
It's really smart
because
like,
they got to talk about it.
But yeah,
they was talking about it. Everybody knew about it. So now
he getting paid. He gonna
now
get paid
when we find out why he threw the Usher Bucks, now we know he has a residency in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Now we know what the whole thing is behind it.
Yeah.
And if Lance doesn't have anything else, that brings us to our final segment. Rapid fire questions. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And again, like I said in the beginning of the episode, every episode is somebody's first episode. So if you don't know what this is, basically, I send out a rapid fire segment of questions to my panel of co-hosts, and they answer it just with the first thing off their mind. We start with Gabby, then we go to Bree, and then we go to Lance. So
I'm not last this week.
So it basically goes off how you guys look in my Zoom meeting. So Gabby, Bree, Lance.
Yes.
All right. So very first question: favorite sex position, Gabby?
Doggy style.
Bree.
Oh God, see this one kind of to the side, but like leg is kind of up, and then he's like kind of like on his knees and like.
I know what you mean. Lance.
Yes.
So missionary. Anyway, I had to say doggy. Fuck it.
Doggy.
Yeah.
All right. Do y'all think Paris Jackson, who is Michael Jackson's daughter, says nigga? Because she looks like a full-fledged white woman.
She is white. That's an adopted daughter, I thought.
Is it really?
No. She's Michael Jackson's daughter.
Is she allowed to say nigga, Gabby?
Yes.
Bree?
Yes, but does she? No.
Lance?
Yeah.
She'll pull up a picture. You'll be able to see her.
Picture, I'm gonna say no.
You'll be able to see her, and you'll know why I asked that question. What do you say when somebody knocks on the bathroom door while you're in there taking a shit? Gabby.
I'm busy.
Bree.
What?
Lance.
Yo.
Yeah.
Every time.
All right. Does oil have 1 syllables or 2? Gabby.
1.
Bree.
1.
Lance.
1.
So how do you say? Hold on. How do you say it, Gabby?
Oil.
No, 2.
No, it has 2.
That sounds like 2.
It has 2.
Oil.
But some people say oil.
Oil.
That's Southerners. We
Oil.
Southerners say oil. But
Every one of us lived in Texas for so long.
Give me the oil.
But I'm saying like Northerners might be like oil, but for Southerners it's oil. So it's 1 syllable. So 2, 1, just depends on where you're from.
Well, I'm asking for you, does it have 1 or 2 syllables? 1?
1.
You say oil? Gabby says oil. I say oil. Lance, you said, what'd you say? 1 or 2?
I'm gonna say 2.
He's confused.
Oil.
No, I'm gonna say 2. No, I say oil, like oil. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah. And this one comes with a little bit of exposition, so it's not technically a rapid fire question. And again, I'll start with Gabby. I know she's not that much into pop culture, but I will still ask anyway. Which record label would win in a fist fight? So you have 300. They have Young Thug, Gunna, Meg Thee Stallion. You have Def Jam, which I don't fucking know. You have Top Dog, Kendrick Lamar, J Rock, Schoolboy Q, maybe.
Q? Yeah,
I don't know if he's still in there. You have Young Money, whatever the fuck is. We'll go with old school Young Money, Lil Wayne, Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Atlantic, which has Kodak, Bobby Shmurda, I think. And we can even really go into QC, Migos. Which record label do you think has the best, would win in the fist fight? Gabby.
Glad you gave an explanation because off rip I was going to say Death Row Records.
Yeah, I probably should have done a lot more research, but I didn't. But that's only because you're thinking of Def Jam Fight for New York and Icon and Def Jam, one of the best fucking fighting game video franchises of all fucking time. The only video game that ever allowed T.I. to do a backflip in a puffy vest, which makes no fucking sense, but it happened. Def Jam Icon on the Xbox 360 was all black. We all played it. We all loved it.
I'm gonna say,
and I beat the fuck out of Snoop Dogg ass.
Man, hey, you lying? Because I got my ass beat nonstop. That nigga Snoop Dogg beat my ass. Yeah. And Bubba Sparks was in the original. That booty rocking everywhere was in the original Def Jam fight game, and he whooped my ass as well. But that's because it was on GameCube when I played it, and GameCube doesn't have the best control. So, yeah,
I'd have to say,
which record label in real life would win the fist fight?
Are we talking about fuck it? I'm just gonna say whichever. Old Young Money.
Old Young Money. Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj win the fist fight against Young Thug, Meg Thee Stallion. So they're winning the fist fight against Gucci Mane.
I want to say Meg because Meg's from Houston. You don't take no shit out there, but
that's only because first of all, if I ever get to a fist fight with Young Thug or Gunna, I'm beating their ass. So that's the only prospect they got. You think 300 Records, not a sponsor, would win in the fist fight against even the Migos? I
don't know. I'm just gonna go
Old Young Money.
I'm gonna go with Old Young Money.
Okay, Bree.
So I didn't really understand the question because I'm kind of tipsy. So I'm gonna take it back old school, and I'm gonna say Death Row because Suge Knight was definitely putting niggas on their ass, and they didn't fuck around because
and they had Snoop and they had Tupac.
Gabby funny as fuck.
I said Death Row. That's not that wasn't an option.
You're right. It should have been. It should have been. I apologize. But if it was, you would have said Death Row.
If it was, I'm going with Death Row then because Suge Knight ain't taking no shit.
But to be honest, and remember this. So from Eazy-E, Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and then now because Death Row leads into Top Dog. That's why I didn't say Death Row because Dre took that and then he made his own label, made Top Dog, which has Kendrick and all that shit. If Ice Cube was on, correct me if I'm wrong because I don't have an answer, so I'm gonna be wrong in the comments. Ice Cube had hitters on his squad. So you think Death Row with Tupac's skinny ass? I love Tupac, don't get me wrong, but his small ass, Snoop Dogg skinny ass, Suge Knight was. Let's say we throw Suge Knight into the equation.
You didn't say artist though. You
You're
just
right.
said
You're right.
what
You're right. You're right.
record
That's why I said throw Suge Knight into the equation because
So,
Suge Knight was definitely not an artist.
affiliates with Suge Knight, and he's a blood member, so I'm definitely gonna say Suge Knight because no matter who Ice Cube has involved, Ice Cube was signed to. I can't remember who Ice Cube was signed to, but Dre left Death Row Records after Eazy-E died, and he created Aftermath. So no, for me, I definitely think who Suge Knight associated himself with and the whole conspiracy theories around Eazy-E getting sick and you know the situation with Tupac and the whole situation with Biggie.
Lynch Mob is what Ice Cube had. Lynch Mob.
Yeah, I'm not.
And he had Cone Stove hitters in that motherfucker, but we also did.
I mean, he did, but
Lance.
I mean,
which record label will win in a fight? Fist fight. No guns, all fists.
Bro, the thing about that is, bro, all the record labels you named, them niggas can't fight.
Obviously.
Them niggas can't fight, bro.
I mean, you got QMC with the Migos, you got Lil Yachty, and then you got the label with Dirk. You got Young Money. Young Money.
Dirk is a shooter though.
Fist fight.
Dirk is a shooter.
Young Money. You got Lil Wayne. You got Nicki Minaj. You got Drake. You got 300 Media, which has Meg Thee Stallion, Young Thug, and Gunna. Who do you think will win in a fist fight?
I really don't want to bet on any of them niggas.
That's why I took it old school.
I'm trying to think, bro.
Or like I allowed them to do. You could also
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of anybody.
You could take old Lynch Mob, or you could take old Def Jam, which had fucking DMX. You had Wu-Tang in that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
I mean, come on, bro. Like old school Def Jam would have ran everybody.
Them and them and the fucking like whatever Ja Rule and them was on. Them niggas was fighting. But
Murder Inc. Murder.
They wouldn't
like
have did
Murder
shit
Inc.
Because all they had was Ja Rule. And
G-Unit. No, fuck that. But it's not a label. Was they their own label?
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
I'm saying G-Unit because them niggas was riding. All the niggas was buff as shit. Okay, like I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Not all of them. Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks was not swole.
Lloyd Banks.
Ace.
Bro, y'all might want to go look up Lloyd Banks.
Was he swole for real? I don't remember Lloyd Banks being swole, bro.
He was the best. He was the best rapper in the group anyway. But
well, I'm saying like in a fist fight though.
Buck, it was Buck.
Young Buck.
Young Buck.
Lloyd 50. Was it Yayo? Yayo.
They had the game at one point. I thought they had the game signed at one point.
The game eventually signed. I don't know if it was
he was there for a little bit,
but the label, I think, yes. So yeah,
all right,
that's why.
So matter of fact, like just lead into this conversation since I don't have any more content. Mount Rushmore of rappers or artists at this point. We'll start with Gabby. Mount Rushmore of your favorite music artists. Doesn't have to be a rapper. It could be an R&B singer. It could be a producer, artist.
So Mount Rushmore is 5, right? Or 4? It's 4.
4.
So I'm gonna go with Giveon, DaBaby, Meg, and Lucky Day.
Okay. You sprinkle some R&B with some real rap shit. Okay.
That's a fire ass Mount Rushmore if I ever heard one. You understand what I'm saying? Bree, you're next.
So for me at the forefront, J. Cole, no matter what, I'm like J. Cole's #1 fan. Kendrick, Nas, and R&B.
Does it have to be?
Doesn't have to be.
I'll throw an R&B. No, I'm not throwing an R&B in already. I'm gonna say. So I said Drake or not Drake. Oh, ew. J. Cole, Nas, Kendrick, and
Dude,
there's so many.
Come on, man.
Literally.
Answers. Come on.
Oh, there's so many.
Man.
Okay, I'll just throw Khalid in there because I can't think of like who I actually want to
Khalid, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Lance Lane.
Andre 3 Stacks, Drake, Lil Wayne, and
Andre's so good.
This last one though, because I don't want to feel like fuck.
See? Like it's so hard to put them in a category because there's so many.
All right, 3 Stacks, Drake, Wayne.
Oh, I didn't
don't
fucking
fucking
Tupac
know,
or Biggie.
Huh?
Come on now. Out here
Tupac
spitting
or
to
Biggie.
this
I didn't
day.
even mention the fucking
I can't relate to
Those
that.
are easy cop outs.
Yeah, and
those
I
are
can't.
easy
And
cop
that's not
outs.
really like my time. So like I don't, you know, what I'm saying? I like them, but it didn't have an impact on me. I can't put them on my Rushmore. That's
Nobody
what I'm
like Nas, nobody old school that impacted you in a way when you was a kid.
I mean, growing
yeah,
up,
but he's
50,
canceled
50,
now. So
Who?
Boosie.
I'm gonna say Keith. I'm gonna say, hey, look, I'm gonna say
Hey,
Keith Sweat.
you about to say Keith Sweat?
Okay.
I'm gonna say Keith Sweat.
God damn.
Okay.
Keith Sweat.
Um,
And I had to throw the
Nobody.
R&B. Yeah, I'm an
I
R&B
have to
nigga,
go
man.
with.
I'm an R&B
I have
vibe
to go
type of nigga,
with most definitely Biggie. No cap.
Okay.
Because
Definitely.
that nigga, even like listening to his music today, that nigga was spitting. Drake for sure, because like I said, artist, he's not the best rapper out there, but he is the best artist out there, period. Kanye, from a producing standpoint,
Yes,
because he can't really rap to me, but
Yeah,
that
I'm
nigga's
mad I didn't say
production is incredible. And I'd
what you like
say I was talking all that shit, but now I can't think of a fourth.
Exactly,
I'd
you on the
say, I'd say, let me think about it. Fuck. I wanted to say R. Kelly.
That's what I was gonna say, R. Kelly, but then I
but he does make really good music though. So as far as like music aspect, but not personal life.
Snitching on himself. That's weird.
But his music was fire.
His music is fire. But the thing about it is, it's not like his music, like he's in jail for something that's not relative to the shit that he sings about. You be like, damn, that nigga was freaky. Damn, that nigga making this freaky ass music. That nigga doing that.
Come to find out, like, he was a little bit too freaky.
Like,
yeah, I agree. So what I say, Drake, Biggie,
Pied Piper. Like, come on, bro. Like,
the Pied Piper of rap. That is R&B. That is crazy, bro. Matter of fact, let me get a shout out to my nigga Chris Breezy. Because on artist chart, because Chris Brown, if you think about it, has been famous since we were like 13, 14.
I was in like 6th,
and that nigga
grade.
has consistently came out with banger after banger. Did I listen to them? No. But were they bangers? Yeah. Non-stop.
So can I get a rerun of Bryant score one more time? I'm sorry.
So Biggie, Drake.
Okay.
Don't remember who the third one was, and the fourth one was Chris Breezy.
You
Chris
said
Breezy.
Biggie, Drake, Kanye, and Chris.
Biggie, Drake, Kanye, and Chris Brown. Yeah.
So before we head off, do y'all think now that Kanye is getting a divorce, do y'all think he's headed in the right direction with his music again? Because I can't fuck with Kanye.
I haven't heard anything. I ain't heard anything.
No,
and like I asked you, Bree, Mary J. Blige's music is not good when she's happy. Kanye's music is not good when he's happy.
No,
right?
I have to disagree though, because Kanye, after his accident and stuff like that, it seemed like he was in a really good place. I feel like once his mother died after she had surgery, I feel like that's when Kanye's music started.
What it was. It was
taking
when his mom died.
a downturn because his mental health got really fucked up when. So I don't know. I hope for his sake that his music does kind of pick up and it gets better, because I love God, don't get me wrong, but this past gospel album was fucking trash.
The only song I liked off that album was that one where like at the end it was like dun, 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 and it was like the sample of like the car, like when you open your door up and your seatbelt's undone, it was like dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
And he mixed the fuck out that, like he threw some jazz in that bitch. He threw a beat behind that bitch. That shit was so hard, bro.
I mean, he's a dope producer.
Personally, Kanye is probably one of the best artists, not rapper, best artist in the music game alone. Like he knows how to make music, and it's so fired.
I mean, I can't argue with that. He is one of the best producers in the game. Yeah. But I'm not really on the whole like new school wave. Like if y'all see my playlist, a lot of my playlist is like the shit we grew up on and like 90s music. So besides my trash ass music I've been listening to lately with the
and let's not
forget
promoting
that on here.
That Tupac literally said, he said, Baby, your body is flaunting. Now tell me how you want it. Time to give it to daddy, baby. Now tell me how you want it. How do you want it? How do you
Spit
feel?
that shit. He got a mic and he can't act right.
My bad.
What?
That nigga, bruh. And this is the crazy thing about it, bless you, baby, is like so certain like old school songs, like you listen to them like Ice-T, Ice Cube, LL Cool J, you listen to like all these old songs. So for me personally, when I listen to like a Biggie song or a Tupac song, them motherfuckers be spitting like they would be hot today, honestly. And I don't want to say that only because Biggie and Tupac are who they are and like they're martyrs and they died for their art and blase. But listening to their music, listen to what they were saying and their flow, the way they had about it, that shit is hot. Thank you again for tuning to the Hardly Sober Podcast. As always, you can find us here on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts at. We're here in audio, we're on video form. And I'd also like to extend a thanks to my panel of co-hosts. So illustrious, so entertaining all the time. Gabby, would you like anything to plug?
No, just y'all make sure y'all doing what y'all doing. Y'all keep following us and showing us love, giving us feedback.
Brianna Washington.
Same thing as Gabby said, but follow me at _Brianna Washington 27 at Instagram.
Lance, motherfucker.
Hey man, same thing. Keep showing love. All platforms, like, subscribe. Keep putting in input for these topics. Like I said, I want to get some anonymous thoughts on some things that we can incorporate on the show, if y'all are willing to do so. So keep doing that. Keep showing love, man. We appreciate all that.
And as OTs, myself, you can also find me and my wife finishing off today.
It's today?
We can kill that today. And It Takes Two on Twitch, watch_Banks. We're going to finish the game today. I'm a big video gamer. I'm a big rap head. I just love shit, okay? So thanks again for watching the Hardly Sober Podcast. We're out. We're going to go to the pre-show. Later on in our journey, we'll get Patreon so that everybody that supports can watch the pre-show. But right now, we're just going to talk a whole bunch of shit. And this is the end of you because you're only watching it on YouTube and you're only listening on podcast services around the world.